And hello everyone, welcome to this team interview. I have with me the wonderful OCE team of villains. Guys, how are you feeling coming into these finals?
Good. Feeling great. We are officially the first ever Japanese team to make it into finals, and we're very proud of that.
Hey, congrats guys, hell yeah. How did that feel? I mean, are you feeling that pressure of being the first Japanese team? Is that a lot of stress to you guys, or are you cool and collected?
Great. Like, the Japanese community is compared to NA EU, we're really young. We just started blooming this year, but we already have one team in the finals, which is just probably for most of the community.
No, honestly, that's so good. Are you all Japanese?
Yes.
Yeah. Every player.
That's so good. How long have you been? You say it's new. How long have you been playing for then? Like, are you all fairly new to the game, or what?
Yeah. I started from December.
I started in November.
Oh, wow.
Last year.
January. Sorry, I don't speak English.
He's only playing Echo for half a year.
Half a year? So you played it the most, and you've played for a year. Everyone else is less.
Yeah.
Who are you most worried about coming into these matches?
Yeah. We don't know how to beat Leviathan, but we'll try our best. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the Leviathan team, they do seem scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the same for everyone else? You all same Leviathan?
Yeah. We gotta aim for the top. So,
aim for the top. Hell yeah. I believe in you guys. You got the confidence. You know, you're the young up and comers coming into this. Honestly, guys, it sounds like you've got it. I believe in you. Like, best of luck. We're watching along. And I hope you guys do good.
Yeah,
we'll do our best.
Hell yeah.
I'm Punda, and this is a pre-finals interview with Team FreeVR. Here we've got Ted, Rosh, Spencer PCS, Aliosa, and Slamer Shu isn't here today. How are you guys feeling coming into the finals this season?
We're pretty confident with all the hours we've been putting in and trying to train very hard and do really well. And yeah, Spencer?
Look, in terms of confidence and how we're feeling about the season, I would say the amount of hours that we've put in and in terms of training and preparation has just been incredible. We're definitely fairly confident, mainly because I feel as if that we're definitely one of the most hard-working teams in the league. And you know, we're practicing, we're doing scrims, we're doing trainings every single night, and just to make sure that when we come into finals, we're the best version of ourselves and ready to take on any challenge. So at the end of the day, whatever happens, happens, but I couldn't be more happy to go into this challenge along with the people around me, and definitely Hamish, who's not here at the moment, but we are thinking of him right now. But yeah, definitely no other teammates I'd rather be doing this with.
So your main way of practicing for finals is just by doing lots of scrims against, what teams are you scrimming?
I would say mainly right now we're doing a lot of scrims against the Japanese teams. We're definitely trying to get a big feel for how that's going to play out in the final setting, especially because big congratulations to Villain on making it in. So we're really looking forward to versing them in finals, considering just how incredible of players they are. And I would say we have definitely practiced a lot for different settings and whatnot. So Villain's been one of the teams that we scrim a lot, as well as Australia, and as well as our sister team being SoFreeVR.
Right, well, thank you guys for coming out for the interview, and we look forward to watching you guys in finals and seeing you guys compete as well.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Panda.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Welcome to your VRML Season 4 Finals. All right, hello everybody. Welcome to VR Master League and welcome to day one of our finals. A two-day event here, an extravaganza across our 3 regions and giving you every single reason to tune in, much to the delight of all of us here on the casting booth. I'm Palador, being joined by Pam Wow on the co-cast. We have Aiden VR with the logo in the face. That's something I didn't consider. Free advertising. Maybe, drag and drop. But in any case, we'll be starting off here soon with our first match of the day in this 2-day event. So much for subtleties on the cameras. And it kind of looks like Aiden's wearing a helmet there. It actually works perfectly. I intended this. How's it going, Pam?
I'm pretty sure Aiden's just been a long-term supporter of FreeVR. Now Last Centurions, honestly, he's just a big-time Echo fan. So can I get one of those logos as well? Can you put, actually right here?
You know what?
Small for me. Honestly, we'll just get into the stream because we got a lot of good games heading our way. As of now, we will be Villain heading up against SoFreeVR. And thankfully, SoFreeVR actually being placed in a separate section of the bracket because they could have been going up against their sister team, FreeVR, which you saw in the interviews just then. But with that said, we will be heading into the game now. Palador, I'm so excited for these.
Oh, same here. And yeah, we didn't have the interview for SoFreeVR, so we thought, maybe sister team was almost as good there. I don't know. But appreciation to everyone who put in the work on our creators team to make these awesome events happen and awesome things happen for these events, that is to say, as we get started on this event. And, well, that's going to be a technical goal here over on the Singapore side as we get the first goal going in for Villain.
Yep, opening up the match right away. Villain taking away those 2 points. And earlier on in the season, we did see SoFreeVR head up against Villain, and SoFree did actually come out on top, so I'm expecting quite a decent fight here this evening as we have the initial just now with SoFree.
Indeed. And so everyone who's joining us across venues and Facebook Live, YouTube Gaming, Twitch TV, all the above, you're in the right place, the right time, and that is a shot. That's right, online. It was grabbed. So 2 self-goals now. It was dragged right in, but it's a tie as a result.
It's even now. You did it to us, we do it to you. Also, on top of what Pally was saying earlier, you know, even all you lads in the Oceanic Discord, I see you all there grouped up in that chat.
Yes.
How's it going? Shout out to the lads. And we're going to head back to the Joust Advantage now for Villain, looking for some revenge.
So this is a double elimination style tournament, again, over the course of 2 days. So teams will have to lose twice to be eliminated and sent home, figuratively speaking, since most of them presumably are at home already. Great White with the disc, though, and they're going to move up the floor for So Free VR, down the lane, and just missing the pass there, but nice bounce right to Gaki.
Yeah, now on the right shoulder will be Goki trying to flip his way around, trying to avoid the member of Villain as he makes his way around. Oh, back and forth. He's making his way in, winding up off the backboard, and Dazzy's going to slap it in.
Dazzling, that was. A lovely move, and Gaki to Dazzy, and just like that. Oh, wait. Now, see, Pam, I'm going to blame you for something, because starting about the end of the first cycle, I think it was, you confused me greatly. Dazzy or Daisy? For real now.
All right, for real now, look, if you're going to be talking with an Australian accent, it's going to be Dazzy Hazzy, but I'm pretty sure it is Daisy, so you keep going with it, but my natural accent's always going to take over at some point. So apologies for that, but it is Dazzy Hazzy for me, and 2 points for Rabble.
Oh, Rabble through the Rabble indeed, and gets the 4-point tie. So nice start here for both of these teams in this event. Of course, top 6 for OCE coming in this weekend, trying to lay their claims to their share of the prizes, and of course that ever-coveted championship, which Leviathan, who will be playing in the match after this, has won a couple times in a row now. So definitely some intrigue at play.
Yeah, 100% Leviathan, just the undisputed champions over the past few seasons here in Oceanic region. So with the victor of this game will be going off to face them. So definitely a lot to look forward to, as Odin now with the possession trying to avoid Great White might be going for a reset here. No, passing it across to the bow tie now. Off the Pac-Man will be Whitebread, as he crosses it over the trench, and now Odin.
I like that. Whitebeard, Redbeard, Blackbeard, all the pirates here in Oceania. It will be Whitebread, though, losing the disc here to Gaki, causing a turnover a few minutes into this match. And so far, neither team able to make much headway against the other one. And for that matter, a little bit lower scoring on that end, but you got to imagine it's high pressure. It's going to take a few minutes for these teams to get into their groove.
Yeah, and if any of you saw the Oceanic Contender Series a week ago that Palador and I casted, this is the type of feeling that we were kind of waiting for, just all this back and forth action. They definitely painted that kind of picture as that disc sailed quite close to the goals there, but Whitebread is able to recover it and send it down towards the left tunnel.
Yeah, the thing is, for these teams, you saw kind of that demo of sorts in the Cup last weekend, but for these teams, I think once they settle into their rhythm, you'll see exactly why I've been raving about these teams. And, you know, Villain, one of those teams that on the Japanese side of things coming in for Oceania, they've developed so quickly some great team play. For So Free VR, again, quick on the rise, and really they've been hanging up there the whole time as they hang up in the air for a quick 2-point fling. And nearly got that 3, but just a couple feet in. So, hey, there's the score. Took a minute and 42 off the clock, though, to get that long.
Yeah, it's scary to see how much Villain has improved over just this one season, because you see all these other teams, sure they might have been formed within this season, but these players have been in the region, they've been playing over the previous season. So Villain, they've just orchestrated themselves here, they've made it to the top 4 of the Oceanic region, and they're doing very, very well for themselves here as they take a 2-point lead on So Free VR. So it will be Great White now with the clear.
And will be taken back by Whitebread, but a stun. So Boo with the recovery, trying to send it down the floor, maybe even look for a rebound, and there it goes. A dive came out from the goalkeeper, and yet was not able to find the disc. So it's tied again.
I'm sensing some familiarity with the names on these teams here. So we've got the white-bearded pirate heading up against the great white shark in the ocean. Who will rule the ocean? Or will it be the Leviathan sneaking around in the end? We'll see. Odin now with possession.
I don't know, Pam. I think you pit a shark against bread. Sorry, I'm going to give credit to the shark. Likely going to take that battle, at least in real life.
Easy dub for the bread, though. Honestly, I don't know how anyone could overlook that one. As we see Goki now chase the way and trying to find that clear. And all I will say is that you can definitely tell how pressure is paying a toll on a lot of these passes that we're seeing this afternoon.
Oh yeah, the pressure is definitely intense, and that was one of the things we saw the last weekend again, was just the level of defensive play just as much as the offense. Really always impressing here in this region. But yeah, 6-6. I mean, sometimes it's going to start out that way, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a second round that's winds up, 15-15 at this juncture. I mean, these teams can definitely light it up offensively as well once they get it going.
Yeah, definitely looking out for that overtime. They might be heading our way soon off the backboard.
Wow.
Dazzy sends it from 33 meters out.
That was dazzling, Pam. What a shot. 33. I wasn't sure that was in, but just hit the right spot in the backboard.
Just as I was about to say, I'm really feeling like that momentum's going to build up for an overtime. Just hurling it for a three-pointer, taking that three-point lead, that might give SoFree that boost that they were looking for here on the later half of the first round. As Villain now with the possession here, they want to really answer back immediately here if they want to quickly take away this first round.
Yeah, but maybe a little shook by that deep three that just went in. You see they struggle a little bit getting past that mid side of the floor. That disc going every which way and kind of bouncing around. This is a team who normally is incredibly well executed on their team play, honestly. One of the most impressive teams I've seen in that regard in such a short span. But here, trying to find that stride once again. You see they're playing it patiently as Odin, well, they'll get the first goal in a couple of minutes there at least, and that'll maybe calm them down a bit, Pam.
Yeah, Odin, the team captain, coming in clutch there, taking on everyone. The 1v4 machine, 2 points now, so a 1 point difference here with 2 minutes 45 on the timer. And Villain going to be to bring a lot more players just like that one, but you can, as we mentioned earlier, game day just brings on so much pressure, it brings on so much difference. Oh my goodness, but he brings on some steals. A one-on-one situation, Rebel did find the steal, Dazzy recovered in time and made his way to the Pac-Man.
I'd have some nerve to steal in matches like this one. I know it's just the first of the day, but you want to be able to start off strong in this tournament and not find yourself in that lower bracket. At risk here, certainly, though. Both these teams just trying to pull away and have not been able to this entire round. As another steal, Pam. Wow, it's criminal.
Exactly, and it's quite smooth if I must be honest with you. Goki now on the left side might go for the cutting. He does see Daisy on the nest. He's winding his way around, trying to buy some time. He might just go all the way in, but it's sticking off the side of the post. It will be Daisy recovering it, diving in again. It dinged on once more, but it found its way in for 2.
My goodness, went from smooth criminal to rough criminal, but either way, eventually, it jacks in.
Yeah, 100%. Just absurd play from both ends there. Just the disc being thrown all around the pole there until it manages to bounce its way in. And, well, that it did. So now 8-11 here. A three-pointer would definitely help out Villain in this situation. Kanai with the disc being able to reset it down below to Odin. Now Odin trying to send it back up. But it's another steal there from Goki. And they are putting a lot of pressure on top of each other with these steals. And as I say that, Goki once more just not giving them any time to breathe as he dances his way around and tries to find a clear. What's going on? There's the clear.
Just dance an entire square around that player. Square dance, I guess. I thought we were an OCE. Apparently not, but excuse me. There is a misplay on that just weird bounce. It went right backwards into Great White's hands. They had a chance at the recovery. As I say that, they actually get it right back, so they undo any mistakes there. As now it will be a 3-point lead. Less than a minute left. Every play counts. That stun just might count, Pam, and they have a chance.
They need a three-pointer here. If they can find a stun on the goal, that would help them out, but I think they will take the 2 points in that situation. Now that just leads to that different type of feeling now. They have to be going for a more rushed type of perspective here. They can't take their time. They need to interrogate this just advantage.
Yeah, either way it could have gone there. 3 or 2, you could have justified both, but they opted for that quick 2. Not necessarily a problem. They do have 25 seconds here to cause a quick turnover. So it will be a bit stressful, but that said, let's see. They just lose the disc on this launch, but could not collect it. I take it back. Rebel takes it back. Could it be a game-winning attempt? But no, past the hands of the teammates. Now Dazzy with an attempted clear, but bouncing awkwardly down to Gaki, who slaps it to the midline. So with 5 seconds left right about now, needs to be a miracle here on Ocean Street, as it will be Rebel with the shot. But it's not meant to be. 1 point win for SoFree VR, that is.
It all came down to the last shot from the first round. Both teams desperate within those final seconds. SoFree just trying to get it out of their region. Just send it back to the orange side quickly. We can take away this first round. Villain just coming back, sending it back up, and unfortunately dinging off the side of the post there. However, they did have that goalie to kind of keep them situated. But wow, what a first round. And we also joined here with Aiden. So Aiden, what did you think of that round?
Yeah, very neck and neck throughout the whole entire round there. Notice both teams really want to slow that one down. They don't want to make any mistakes right now. But yeah, both teams doing amazing as always. That's why they're here. They're in the semifinals. Both teams fought hard to get here, and that's about it.
Both teams played hard. That was a Rasheed Wallace quote, I think, right? Maybe. While ago. Do you even know who Rasheed Wallace is? Probably not. That said. That said. SoFree VR and Villain here, they both have those full rosters. We might be seeing a switch up. Not an uncommon thing, I will note, especially in OCE. We do see a lot of those rosters exchanging, between rounds at times.
Yeah, 100% a common factor within the Oceanic region. I think you would often see it in a lot of normal sports as well. People will always be swapping up strategies. They'll be swapping up players to get that change of things. However, we do see Boo dropping out, and he'll be swapping over for Outback Blaze. So with that type of swap, I think they might be going for type of different offensive type of setup, because I mean a lot of their plays did involve Boo for a second there. I'm trying to kind of analyze what SoFree VR is going for here, but it's just you can't get in the heads of these players sometimes because it's just their complex thinking is just too much for the average caster brain powered. Or please, I'm feeling insecure.
Oh, no need, no need. That said, Last Centurions and Astria, by the way, see people asking about that. We are streaming that on Channel 2 as well, so all the matches for OCE, just as well for North America and Europe, all matches shall be streamed across our channels. So that one is currently in the second round with about 5 minutes left, and it's 5-5 at that, so 5-5-5. Not quite 7-7-7, but both those teams still feeling pretty lucky. It looks like Astria took that first win in the first round. So just as an update on those brackets. But yeah, right now we are following SoFree VR and Villain here, and they are, in fact, about ready to start the second round. So again, it was a case of neither team the entire way through were able to pull away by much more than a goal, really. We'll see if either of them have re-strategized, not to mention with the roster swaps, if that's going to pay dividends here at all.
Yeah, after that insanely close first round, it really feels like Villain are definitely bursting out of the carriages here to take away this second one, as it will be Goki now sending it through the mid side, and the regrabs will be on their way to follow up on that one.
And following up to the tune of maybe a 2-on-1, so they're tuning up and throwing down. Dazzy Hazzy right off the initial joust, 20 seconds in. There's the first couple.
Yeah, and you could definitely see Odin, he did find the shield there, and he did find the stun on the opposing player on the post, which is definitely hard to pull off as a keeper. A 2-on-1 situation, you got to be careful of that stun, you got to be careful of that shot. So shout out to Odin for that block there, but too much to handle in that situation. 2 points to SoFree VR.
So seeing if they can answer right back, although not under any kind of pressure or stress at the moment to work it up faster than necessary. Of course, they are a team who are very willing to be patient and reset, back pass, and so on. That said, really interesting roll right into the hands of Moko rather, as it will be taken by Gaki, though, who did have quite a few steals and interceptions there in round one.
Yeah, and you can see all the players at the back line trying to interrupt each other's chains, and that might allow Villain enough time to get themselves back onto this possession here. The regrabs are there from SoFree VR to interrogate White Bread, but he's able to find that clear in time now off the Pac-Man. He will be bouncing a bit weirdly for Villain, so it will be Goki in the end with possession, and now it's just clear versus clear. At this point in the game, you can definitely see how on game day, a lot of these passes are kind of being pressured in a sense, and they're definitely feeling the need of just instantly clearing it.
Yeah, and with that said, back into their offense, seeing if they can get a goal to go, but off the back and, well, nearly in. But Rabble will take it right back again as the defense tries to pressure out. So what do under the pressure? Well, they're not going to stress. They're going to back pass, reset, find their lanes once again as they open things up with a cross that just glances off that barrier, unfortunately.
Yeah, very unfortunate, Dan. If you're just joining us now, SoFree VR taking away the first round. A very close first round indeed, as the follow-up here potentially on this loose disc. They're trying to find that open goal. However, it did take a bit of time, so now Villain are able to get themselves back into that defensive position. It will be Great White now with the possession, trying to avoid Goki, and we saw that earlier on in the first round where it was the opposite way. Oh, how the turntables. Goki now with the possession here, trying to turn the tables once more, dancing his way around. He does see Great White on the left post being marked, however, by Odin, now making his way over the right boot, and he's winding his way back towards the backside of the goals. However, just bouncing off and just stunning each other. Palador, it's chaos.
Well, it is chaos, and a very interesting mix there. Kind of the I don't know, the opposite factors of one team being super patient with it and kind of fundamental as going mental into the goal. The other team getting a little steezy and aggressive with that. So it's definitely a clash of styles. In that case, the clash ended up in some points, the opposite end.
Yeah, just being able to quickly turn that disc over and utilize that one-on-one situation. Great 2 points there for Villain. And now So Free VR put back up on the roads. It's 2 points to 2. However, 6 minutes 45 on the timer. So now Daisy Hazy, I still think it's Daisy Hazy, clears it over to the right side. Doesn't feel normal saying it out loud. Marco with the possession and sending it down. It might be 2 points for Villain.
Well, a nice shot from Rebel off the rebound. No one able to get back in time, so was able to softly secure one in from up close. And 2 goals in a row now for Villain. These are the things you got to be careful about, especially in cup situations. Because again, mentioned some of the juking and the dancing and such, which can be fun, entertaining from the viewing standpoint, certainly. But in the context of a cup where you have potentially 3-4 matches in a row, those things can wear you out over time. So you don't want to expend all your energy just in the first 20 minutes of action.
Yeah, it definitely is a battle of energy as well when it comes to this sport, which is, it makes just conserving all those plays you want to make. It makes conserving all those like intense, dancing plays like we're discussing just now. It just definitely makes you think about that as the regrabs are there from So Free VR, and that's a turnover like we saw earlier from Villain, just paying them back a few points or two. So in the round 2, the points are still tied 4-4 as we nearly head our way to the 5-minute mark.
And looking almost like a mirror, basically, of last round, right? The scoring pace actually did pick up quite a bit in the last few minutes of round 1, but thus far, same results as as earlier on, where just neither team is able to score really more than a couple goals in a row, and they're always right neck and neck all the way through. But of course, that is what you expect. Even dating to, again, the cup we casted last week to preview things, it was a lot of that as well. Very close game.
Yeah, and Goki and Great White were actually waiting there on top of each other, ready to re-grab onto that possession. However, they did part for a moment or two, and that separation kind of stalled the re-grabs back to the defensive region, and that might have just resulted in those 2-point punishes heading their way.
Yeah, with that, will be a 2-point lead, but I don't really expect that to last too long, just based on recent history. So as they launch out now for So Free VR, seeing if they can get that quick rebuttal as well. And that's a quick pass delivered right below to Gaki, who has Odin. Some more jukes being thrown and actually sneaking right past the hands, unfortunately, of that deep backliner, and Whitebread will now have to contest some defense nearby.
Yeah, it seems as though So Free VR aren't really going for that fancy pass their way back up to the goal. They're going for that immediate clear through that left tunnel, and they're trying to follow up immediately with those regrabs, which is definitely a viable play here. However, it just hasn't really worked out for them in the past few times they've gone for it. Now Rebel with the steal here, and Villain might be able to break away with a few points here if they can find it, resetting it down back towards Odin.
And with the backliners, 2 backliners, in fact, just working some monkey in the middle, it looks like, for a little bit. Got to be careful, though, because otherwise that's going to happen. Gaki has been absolutely on top of things with those steals throughout these 2 rounds. Could not get the goal, but still might yet with a rebound, but no. A great denial. Whitebread the stun, the steal right back, but giving it to Great White now with another chance, maybe at a walk-in with a goalie there just waiting and actually now maybe diving.
Yeah, Goki trying to get some redemption after that missed mail slot, and he did find that redemption. 2 points now, tying up the score once again, 6-6 here, as the timer does drain away. 3 minutes and 20 on the timer here, so Villain now with a joust advantage, and it's eerily similar to that first round where So Free VR did punish with a 3-pointer. So if we see that again, well, Palador, you might as well watch the first round once more.
Yeah, it's pretty much a mirror image just about. So with that, last few minutes, this is where it started picking up the pace in that round 1. So in terms of the scoring, so I mean, another goal here maybe about to happen. We'll see if it does indeed mirror or not. So mirror on the wall. Well, it's Dazzy as he came to ball. It's 8-6. A couple minutes still remaining.
Alright, so not an exact mirror here. A slam dunk instead of a 3-pointer. We take those. 8 points to 6, and we will be having a pause here to sort themselves out. A round has already been taken on Villain, so you can definitely understand the pause here, trying to sort their teams out before the game kind of gets carried away from them. And they really want to avoid that loser's bracket situation there. So, pause here on their way with 2 minutes and 42 on the timer, and 6 points to 8 against Villain. So, yeah, I mean, they'll definitely use up this timer as much as they can, and it definitely is something that I'd advise all teams to do if they're in a similar situation. So yeah, good plays here from Villain.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's uncanny. We've seen it in the Challenger Cups across Europe and North America last weekend as well, where oftentimes those teams get in these little pits, but recognizing the right time to call a timeout really can help change the entire scope of a match or of a round. And with that, there's literally no better time to do it, because after this weekend, there is no time. So everything comes down to now, and if you have to call timeout to adjust a little bit, then do it. Adjust and re-strategize while you still have time to come back.
Yeah, 100% agree with that one. And I mean, if this match seems really close, I mean, it definitely is something that at least I think we were expecting here at the start of the stream, because if you take a look at the history between So3 VR and Villain, they've had close games before, especially earlier this season. These rounds that they had against each other, they did take each other to round 3. I'll just say that 7-11, 11-7, 10-6 in the end. But it was So3 VR who took it away in the end, so it is seeming a bit favored towards that type of same situation here as we head back into the game.
All right, so here we go. Once again, thank you everyone for joining us. This is our first rounds of matchups in the brackets, that is to say, of our 2-day finals event. Our teams across our 3 regions playing for a combined over $10,000, not over $9,000, over $10,000 prize pool in products and prizes, including about half of that as cash, as that is some cash money from Gaki. So chiming in with 11-6 on the board, and that could be enough to start pulling away even more, especially with this amount of time left, Pam. Wow, unfortunate off that timeout.
Yeah, very unfortunate, because that timeout was used in a way, it's used for a lot of manners, and one of those things is cutting off momentum. So if So3 VR just going to bust out and throw that 3 off the trench, and it kind of just destroys that momentum that you were trying to gather for your team. However, I don't think they're going to let it get to them here, Villain, as Rebel does cross it over the trench now. Mako sending it down below towards the left boot, and Odin making his way, but the extension from the goalkeeper as Dazzy's going to send it away.
You know, that was nice passing from Villain, but just a great dive. Recognition from the goalie on the offensive player coming in from a very tough angle to score from, right? Where you don't actually have a wide goal. That disc can only go in so many places. So it's as good as time as any to dive out on offense and force them into either a tough shot or a turnover. And will this turnover produce some points is the question as they go for. Could it be a Joker trade? Nope. Joke's on you, right, Pam?
Joke's on you.
It's derailed.
Joke's on you. Oh my goodness, that's one of my favorite things to say in this game. Joke's on you, haha, but they're not really letting it get to them. They're going to have another shot on the left shoulder. It will be a wind-up from Outback, getting stunned away, and an immediate slap there to the mid-side. And if they're going to find some points, they need to find it now. Pal or Villain need to make their way towards that disc. However, So3 VR just doing so well with interrupting all those chains, and they're making their way back onto the disc.
Yeah, so Gaki with that recovery, and at this point, they can definitely stall it out if Villain is unwilling to play super aggressively beyond their one player there. It's just a matter of time, and the time is running dry at this moment, and Villain just feeling the heat a bit as Great White does send a clear that's intercepted, but basically, unless that goal goes in now, it's just about over.
Yeah, So3 VR have taken away the first round, so a 3-pointer there would have been very good for Villain, and it would have made things very close once again. But So3 VR, they have the time on their side, they have the points on their side, so they're going to be draining away the timer here as they make their way back and dancing around. Gaki does that also very, very well.
Indeed does. And with that, they will take away their first victory here. Oh, nice save then by the bye. Waving bye to that disc, I suppose. But a nice way to cap it off for So3. And with that, they've got off to the start they wanted. Villain, meanwhile, now they have the pressure really on them, because for as impressive of a dark horse team as they have absolutely been this season, now, well, the onus is on them to be able to somehow come back through the lower bracket there, which is always a mighty, mighty tough task.
Yeah, meanwhile, SoFree VR are going to be heading up against Leviathan within the winners bracket here. So talk about pressure heading up against the top team of the Oceanic region. Aiden, what did you think about that last round there?
It was honestly insane. SoFree VR taking the first goal of the game there. Doing really well to keep that momentum going. 6 saves from Whitebread over on Villain, which is just insane. He's an amazing goalie as well as an amazing player. But Dazzy on SoFree, 5 saves, also being a striker with 11 whole points. Going on the board for them. Villain got a little bit tired of Gaki's jukes during that the middle of the round and put a few more people on him, but that did not stop Gaki at all. He snuck up, stunned him out, got that 3 towards the end there, just demolishing the momentum.
Yep, I'm surprised Goki didn't get tired of his jukes there. I was waiting for him just to see his characters go, just painting. But we didn't. So, you know, keep that energy and maybe you'll be able to take it all the way to the finals. We never know. So that is SoFree VR taking away the game from Villain, as they are going to be progressing into the winners bracket. Meanwhile, Villain will be meeting up against the loser of Australia and Last Centurions.
Yeah, no, that match being taken by Astria over on VRML channel 2. So with that though, yeah, the Leviathan, the defending back-to-back champions, coming at you next. So a tall task for SoFree VR, but we will definitely see if they are up to it. I have some good feelings because OCE finals every single season always manage to provide some of the most exciting finals games that we generally see. So with that, we are going to take a quick intermission. We'll be right back, and don't go too far because we'll have your next match on the way soon.
VRware. Our passion is for the future. VRware. Our passion is for the future.
Matt still gets the pass across. Zenith pulls off the Dusty. Zenith going to walk this one to the edge of the bubble. They have an opportunity here once again. Leverage takes a shot.
Not going to send it in. Going to do some styling. Going to wait. Oh!
As Kanger sending this one over there to Aiden off the backboard. Shrem now sending him across there to Ender. Crossing over to Cruz, and goal is wide open. As that one slapped back, Antarctic's there on the back line. Antarctic sending this one in. Sugar Fluff. One more pass there behind the goal.
On the boat that who thought would win, and they get it again.
And it's going to be the Raptors on the, Mozzie coming in. Mozzie.
They're going to take this second round. They're going to force a third round on Ignite. That's a lot of stuns coming through. That's the lead.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to dox him and tell him what school you're in, but oh my goodness, that's incredible. And just like that game with a teammate holding on, that's going to be a stop. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's it. That's 3 points.
Bandit back to reality, cutting in. Stopped by that chain. What a defensive chain. They get stunned out, but title.
Dancing up, dancing unverted. Gotta get the sun off on fire is what, but that's gonna be off the head.
Delivers over the right side, Mozzie. Passes to Swagwar. Swagwar has Chrome cutting. Chrome.
Ignite on offense with the duck is going to be JJ with the drive. Jay going to find it. Oh, the second one, but there's a long relay play. It connects. Diving in. No way. What?
They have a numbers advantage right now. Toza sending it across there to Boop Boop. Going up to BK. There it is.
Oh, Yo Kings, look. Headbutt. Excellent headbutt. This could be it for them. And
More dances, so those boots are made for walking, but what will Wazit do? Well, Wazit's gonna walk it in and then score a 2.
6 running in the lead. They're gonna be clearing it into that tunnel. Looks like a perfect pass to Orochi there. You know, with the disc. Oh, beautifully played. To Sugi. Sugi looking for the cross pass, the cut.
With the leash, although right there in the hands of Kong. Kong over to Jaywalker. Jaywalker bringing it in. 1v2. Stop there. Cruising.
And it looks like Rosh is going to go for the pass to 10. 10's just going to put it on. Ooh.
It's going to be that green pigeon with an open goal. They have to get a 3. Oh, the wall!
Underlay will be there really soon. And that said, wow! I'm a E-I-E-I-O.
Sends that one out, but then they have some Voidless. Voidless to VTS King, who sends that one in. Breezebro gets a stop.
You're going to take it right now, giving up a pass. And a lot of fakes, but Ryruff, the right stuff. Official match here. Both these teams attempting to complete that process. And what? Oh my goodness, wow! What the? Let's save. A grab back, a save again, and another grab back.
Speedy gets that one picked up, trying to send it out. Oh, the chain gets her, though. Sent in there by Sokka. Sokka.
It's Whoosh getting stunned, so Mamba found the disc, found the shots. It is a great hit from...
Mistake we're seeing again and again. The missed shots, the missed passes. They have again. And this time, They do not miss. Why are you not excited about how good Gravity is playing right now? No way!
Flying in, getting stunned out. Mozzie jumping in, sending it in. Holy cow!
As that is going to get cleared down the other way, and oh my goodness, there's an open three, the bounce shot. It goes in. What? What a shot!
All right, hello everybody, and welcome back once again to VR Master League. And we are here in the first day of the finals. We are here on our first stream, but this is the second match, and we are still in the upper brackets as we get a little bit of helmet action there, it looks like, once again. So Aiden wearing a hat over there on the sidelines. I'm Palador, meanwhile, being joined by Pam Wow. So much for subtlety is on the cameras, and we are here. Late night for us NA folk, but just the prime time for OCE and some prime matches ahead as we see the defending champions come up against the successful SoFree VR, who just came off that win.
Palador, I am furious. I demanded one of those badges, one of those team logos on me. I want it now. What is this? I'm really feeling like there's some type of, favoritism. Anyway, until I get my next badge, well, we've got a game to cast. So we've got SoFree VR heading up against Leviathan. And if you joined us in the previous game, you would have seen SoFree VR heading up against Villain and sending Villain down to the losers bracket, who will be going up against Last Centurions now as Australia progress onto Free VR, which will be on the other channel. So yeah, we got SoFree VR heading up against Leviathan, the undisputed defending champions. Honestly though, I wouldn't go too far to say undisputed, because they've definitely been quite a few disputes, quite a few interesting games within the previous Oceanic matches that we've seen. People taking rounds from them left, right, and center. So who knows what's going to happen? Yeah, absolutely. Anything could happen, especially when you turn these teams who, they're very successful in their seasonal play, their weekly play, but of course you turn on the pressure to entirely new degrees when it comes to finals, and that can have a huge factor on teams' performance. Although, credit to Leviathan, as I was alluding to earlier, the last couple of seasons, and I say this genuinely, the finals for OCE have been, especially the deeper we get into the brackets, they have been the most exciting among our three regions, I feel like, because they've had the full 5 rounders for both the last couple of seasons in those grand finals, going all the way to 5 rounds. We had the rounds resets, for the upper brackets. So we've seen them go into the very, very deep end of some extremely extended best of 5 gameplay, and the highlights have been incredible each and every season for them. So Leviathan has been a team to persevere, but they'll tell you as much as anyone that although that they've had a very successful season on the whole, it's not getting easier. It's only getting more and more difficult with these top 6 OCE teams, these top 8 even. There's so many of these teams who are just very neck and neck with each other in games. Yeah, I will say that there is one unwritten factor that's contributing to all this hype in the Oceanic region. It's not written there along with the cash prize and the VRML jersey. It's actually the bragging rights, which is definitely heavily considered like the top thing you could ever give to any player in the Oceanic region. That fact that you can have that bragging right over all the other players, it's just, we have a lot of banter here in OCE, so it definitely is a very a large victory if you take away the finals. So yeah, they'll definitely be, if Leviathan manage to go undisputed, they'll be able to hold that over everyone's heads once more. Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a case where this community ever growing. I mean, it's exponential growth we're seeing, really just the same way that we used to see in North America, although it's still obviously growing worldwide, but just that trajectory of starting out with just a couple hundred players here, and then suddenly you're seeing thousands of players, and I feel like OCE is definitely on that same kind of track. But right now, everyone knows each other, which is how it used to be for us a few years ago in the other side of the world. And it's kind of a nice thing, but as you said, because of that factor, it's even more personal. The bragging rights are even more umptuous. Is that the right word? I feel like it is. Aiden, help me out. Umptuous. Good?
I don't know.
All right, well, subtlety? I guess he doesn't know either. Anyways, umptuous. So we are getting ready to start here on this round, I think. Meanwhile, on Channel 2, just by the by, we do have Free VR versus Astria playing on VRML Channel 2 on our Twitch. So you got some options for sure. This is our first look at our championship team here in Oceania at the moment. But you know, all these matches for all our regions will be streamed across these next 2 days. So, hey, wherever you are, right place, right time, as always.
Paolo, I just checked the definition for that word. And because you didn't ask me, I wasn't going to say it, but I feel like I need to expose you. It means I have an obsession for Echo VR, and it's the best game ever. That it actually is. You can search it up. I'm not even joking.
I'm Googling it right now.
Yeah, it's there. Take a look.
You're right. Yeah. Wait, no, I spelt it wrong. It's not even a word.
It's fine. We got So Free VR heading up against Leviathan, ladies and gents, and I'm pretty sure both teams are just getting themselves sorted and getting themselves ready for this match. But honestly, if the game before this wasn't kind of like a reminder of what this tournament's going to be like, what these finals are going to be like, it's going to be close. There are going to be a lot of back and forth plays here. And I have a feeling a lot of these points are going to stem from turnovers, just because there's going to be like a big cluster of just punching, stunning, stealing, and then eventually one player is going to find that clear, and just amongst all the chaos, someone's going to find a pass. And you know what? Leviathan do well in those situations. They have that one player ready for that open pass once all that chaos is kind of festering there by the nest or by the shield. And they're just waiting there on the left post. They're like, yep, just chilling, waiting for the pass. Yeah, I'm here. All right, cool. Soggy winds up a 3. Easy. Points for Leviathan. And I feel like that is something that we might see, not just with Leviathan, but with all the other teams as well. It is something to look out for in the Oceanic Finals.
Oh, absolutely. So I think they're maybe trying to get one player back in and charged up a little bit here, it seems like. So ideally, we'll be starting mighty soon. But in the meantime, again, this is Leviathan's first match. So I think at the end of the day, it's kind of So Free VR who are icing themselves more than anything, right? Coming off that last victory where they were able to get warmed up. And we saw how the starts were a bit slow for their teams when they're playing against villains in that first round of the brackets. And you know, they don't want to be losing any of the heat that they did actually manage to get. Because against Leviathan, you're going to need every single bit of firepower in your arsenal in order to take on this Titan.
Yeah, 100%. If I was in Goki's shoes, I don't know what type of energy he's got running for him, but I honestly, I couldn't even do that dancing stuff he was doing for like a minute solid. And if I knew that I was going against Leviathan the next match, I'm just going to say, you know what, guys, I'll take goalie this time. I'm just going to chill in the goals. I'm not even extending out to like fight the opponents. I'm chilling. I'm saving as much energy as I can. You know what? I'm not even going to play in this one. I'll see you guys in the next round. Yeah, because honestly, energy is just such an important factor that I feel like can often be overlooked in this game. It is a sport. It is a sport, and it's something you need to take seriously. So, with that said, both teams readying themselves up here, and we're going to be heading into the initial joust. So, Free VR and Leviathan.
All right, so here we go after that first joust. So again, in venues and Twitch, Facebook Live, YouTube Gaming, everywhere you are, you're in the right place here for our second round start, that is, of the brackets. I know it gets a little confusing, but first round of the game, second round of the brackets. And Silver Ridge with a rebound on the back pass. As we get started, Leviathan in blue and orange, So Free VR with that first heave, but Silver Ridge once again.
And a note to the audience here, Silver Ridge being the defensive backbone, the defensive anchor of Leviathan. So if he's not in the goals, that's the only time you should be worrying about points being scored against Leviathan. As well as that, Agent Victoria being subbed in for Soggy Bunning Snags, and Leviathan tend to do this in some of their previous matches, maybe not trying to expand Soggy Bunnings just immediately there and just trying to pace out the players that they're using. So whatever it is, it might be working for them. They're trying to follow up on a half-court shot. Bunda opening it up from 40 meters out.
Dropping an absolute bomb of a shot. Never mind. I said Leviathan here. They were the one, you know, they hadn't had another match before this. So they were maybe a little bit cold, right? I mean, that's Punda in mid-match form already. Who hits that for their first shot? I guess he does. Wow.
Also, another note to the audience, as soon as Punda hits a half-court shot, the points are going to keep coming their way. So Leviathan now will be chasing away that possession. However, regrabs from So Free VR trying to follow up on that loose disc. However, Leviathan will be there first now. The Real Zeros pacing themselves, and they are going to be resetting it. They're going for round 2. They're sending it down towards the left side. A 1v2 for this possession, and Agent's going to get pushed away. Now Dazzy's resetting it back towards the right tunnel, and Goki's going to be holding on to it.
So at the moment, I mean, I think they're lucky they haven't been scored on again, because Leviathan is one of those teams, as you kind of said, they will start piling on points mighty quickly. So they've managed to maintain possession for a bit of time, although they lose it. So a little caster's curse, I suppose, as they swing it into the mid lane. But a recovery by Punda, and this time a long heave for the assisted 3 to Silver Ridge. Punda again, though, the imprint on the play.
Yeah, even seeing him wind up that pass on the right tunnel, I was thinking he was going for another half cut. I was like, no, you can't do it. You can't do it, Punda, not again. But he sent it down below to Silveridge, and it definitely takes a good vision and a good setup process to enable those 3-point advantages. I mean, 6 points already within 2 minutes of gameplay. So, you know, a lot of good things heading Leviathan's way as of the early stages of this round.
Yeah, absolutely. And a long pass there. A lot of sauce on it. Made it a tough catch, but luckily the positioning here buying the rebound for Dazzy. So Dazzy working up the floor now. Has the defender kind of on the approach. Not trying to be too aggressive is Agent Victoria. And not trying to get caught out on the stun. That said, the pass to delivery, a swing through, but Gaki was stunned, so the communication was there. Maybe not there enough, but they'll still get a rebound, and yet some more dancing from Gaki, Pam Wow, making everyone dizzy.
I don't know where he finds the energy from. However, unfortunate miss there. Perhaps a miscommunication. They're dedicating one player to the stuns on Silveridge, which you can definitely understand and respect from SoFree VR. However, you can definitely imagine it being annoying for Silveridge in the goals. They're just constantly having to block, constantly having to look around who's on me. As the regrabs are on the disc there, they might be able to find themselves 2 points. Here, Leviathan gliding their way in. Oh, and juking around Real Zeros for a slam.
It was a nice job by Gaki to get back and contest. Even had a shield there on Punda, I believe, to deny the stun. So at least gave him a chance to save the day. But yeah, the clever maneuvers from Real Zeros. A veteran here on this team as much as anyone. And they're 8 points up uncontested on the blue squad.
And something that you will usually see, that breakout that we were talking about earlier, those, oh, wait a minute, wait a second. Oh, dinging off the top side of the post, so unlucky. Those 3 points definitely would have helped out SoFree VR there, as Leviathan are able to quickly collect themselves here off the Pac-Man and send it back towards Punda.
That was just centimeters away from a highlight play, nearly on that headbutt joust into the recovery by that opposite bubble. But with that, they do lose the disc again, so they need to get back quickly onto the orange zone, and that they do. The impending stacks will collect for Leviathan. Silveridge trying to hit one down to the boot, but a little too high and too far to the side, so Punda unable to recover, and it will be the ever Juki Gaki on the clear out down the lane. Maybe even.
Goodness. Oh my goodness. Dinging off the post once again. The post just being the mortal enemy of SoFree VR as they make one more heave towards the blue side of things. However, they might be able to find themselves the possession one more time. It will be Gaki now with possession. Can he do some more dancing for us? Nope, he's going to be going for the pass. Here up by Daisy Hazy as he makes his way up towards the bottom side of the goals. Bit of a struggle for the disc there, however. It is loose for a few seconds as they do recollect themselves. However, some pressure will force a reset.
Don't think I don't notice you switched up to Daisy now. Pam, you are confusing me ultimately these last 2 weeks, and I don't like it. That said, it's Gaki here. They will not like that either. Silveridge, the great goalkeeper, the goldkeeper, I suppose. And that is out of there, back into, oh, well, I should have said, or maybe spoke too soon because I'm struggling on the clears, but Silver's still doing what Silver does, and they get it through just the same.
And Punda making the pass up to the nest, an open 3, and the 3 it will be for the Real Zeros, taking advantage and utilizing every single open goal Leviathan can find. They are making it 3 points, Paladin.
Yeah, and with that, timeouts, not a bad move necessarily. They are in a bit of a crunch at the moment, but at the same time, there is 4.5 minutes to expend yet. So trying to re-strategize a little bit because regardless of the results of this round even, they just need to find some sort of fire to start basically, right back over where they were in that last match I told you about, right? Where I think that delay in the start time, it did freeze them just a little bit because they just have not been able to execute some of these plays that they were in that last one.
Also on top of that, what we've seen in history from Punda with those half-court shots, they tend to be around this time in the round, and the points might be against them. So it's around this time where Punda might find that half-court shot, and then you can definitely see Leviathan piling on the points immediately after. However, this time, they opened up with that half-court shot. So it's almost as though they took control of the entire game, and they were just like, you know what, we can play how we want to play. Let's take it back, let's reset it, let's just find our passes and do our thing. Silveridge can find a few saves if he wants, sure. Let's just take our time with this. We don't want to expend too much energy as they make their way into the second half of the first round. So Free VR with that pause are looking to answer back.
Yeah, it looks like actually a switch up here. So now Boo is back in the game over on the SoFree side of things, switching out for Outback, I believe it was, right? So with that, let's see if this has any effect maybe on the rest of the round, but to no effect it seems like, as Leviathan does get that disc, and they're just going to bring it right back up the floor again for some offense.
Yeah, immediately just punishing that just advantage. Somehow Leviathan able to find that position. Now sending over to the right. Pac-Man will be Agent finding that stun, trying to chase away the disc. A slap there from SoFree VR as they find the clear towards the left tunnel. However, Leviathan just on top of that disc and not trying to let it clear. A triple stun there. Managed to find 2 stuns there as the disc is hovering in the mid side.
Yeah, go figure. Real Zero's putting up some numbers across the board. Stun department as well. And another recovery from Silveridge. They will clear that out. And the boost down the floor, unable to get anything going, unfortunately, for SoFree VR. Although the shot does miss, they'll still have some other opportunities, potentially, but denied. Great White with a great stun and a great clear. Could it be almost a 3? Wow, on the opposite end.
Dang, that shield always getting in the way of my 3s. Goki now with the possession by the bottom of the trench, waiting for the teammates to make their way up the field, and now finding the pass over to the right. Pac-Man, Great White now making his way up. He's sailing, turn it. Oh, down to the bottom of the post, and Dazzy will take it for 2. Yes, I swapped it up again.
I don't know what to do with you sometimes, but maybe I'll just go with DH. Yeah, that works. You can't possibly twist that around. So, hey,
sure.
First 2 points, important here for SoFree VR to just get them something going and a little bit of confidence on the board now.
DH works. I can look at DH. And now the regrabs are there from SoFree VR, trying to punish that possession. Oh, the disc bouncing just below, and it will be DH now with the possession, trying to find that clear to the right tunnel. And now instead of taking it seriously, I'm pretty sure I might just laugh every time I see DH, but I'll try my best.
He will hate that. D-hate, I guess. But Boo 3-3 with the recovery and the clear down the floor. Unfortunately, does bounce right back to zeros. Unable to get too much there on that clear. So 2 minutes left, and this round probably out of hand. And again, we knew this was going to be a mammoth of a team to face off against. This back-to-back defending championship team. But all things considered, you know, they're within single digits, and that alone is something positive to take. Because Leviathan is a team that can absolutely put on 20+ points on a ton of matchups on any given week.
Yeah, and something also is not to demotivate any other teams or anything, but this isn't even. Oh wait a minute! Oh, that was sailing very close to the goals there, almost cutting me off every time I want to get into the analysis of things. Making their way towards the post, it will be Dazzy of DH making his way to the backboard, and for 2 points, taking it away. Oh, but before I hand it off 1 second, Leviathan, you know what? I'm handing it off. It's too late. The moment's gone.
It's too late. You'll never find it now. 1 minute remaining. A little bit over that, in fact. But hey, 2 late goals. And again, within single digits, you got to take the small victories where they are and just use that to fuel yourselves into round 2. With maybe another fast joust here. Quick turnover. I mean, they could bring it even closer. I mean, there's the missed pass and there's the turnover.
Yeah, and also, the moment's back. Also, moment is keyword for my brain not working. The moment is back.
Hey.
Oh, wait a minute. The moment's gone again. They're going for another play. Here comes SoFree VR off the backboard. They're trying to chase away the open goal. And it's just moments like that that really get you frustrated, Palador. Just the open goal, the 3 men to work with, and just unable to punish with the 3-pointer. Oh, and the save from Silver, but the steal from Goki to seal it in.
Oh, I don't even know what you call these plays anymore because they get you hyped for 2 different reasons. Like, whoa, what a save, whoa, what a grab back, and whoa, that was a huge turn of events. Either way, though, Silver doing what Silver does, but at the end of the day, that is 3 goals in a row to end this round for SoFree VR, and you cannot discount how much that will mean to them, I think, going into this next one. Maybe 4 goals in a row. Hold on a second. We'll bounce just to the side, but wow, what an ending.
Another few points definitely would have given them a bit of momentum heading into this second round, which they definitely are looking for at this point, which is why they're not really giving up necessarily in the last few seconds, as they do find the disc, but the time will run out. A last little ding there before we head into the second round, but Leviathan will be taking away the first one, 11-6. And although the scoreboard definitely doesn't make it look that way, SoFree VR putting up such an insane fight here within the first round. But Leviathan just remaining calm, cool, collected, finding those passes throughout the entirety of the game. And something else to note with passing in this game, you're gonna use a lot less energy when you're passing than when you're trying to kind of go 1v4 in a lot of these situations. Just making your way. No shade chuck to Goki or anything, but you'll notice, I think Goki knows this himself as well. Dancing around, it can definitely get a bit tiresome, but just chucking that pass over to the nest, it can definitely do you a favor.
Well, indeed, some good analysis there, but we also have Aiden on analysis here on the sidelines. Waden, it's Aiden. What'd you think of that first round?
I just want to point out earlier, we did say, soon as Punda gets that first half-court 3, that's when the game begins for Leviathan. And it happened. It's like reverse. It's like caster's curse, but before the cast. So, yeah, Leviathan definitely getting that early momentum. SoFree kind of low during that first part of the round there, but once Boo showed up, they got 3 consecutive goals. Doing amazing there. Yeah, this is not going to be the same game next round. That is all I'm going to say.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I think it was a great way to end the round, as we were mentioning there for SoFree. 3 goals in a row. They almost had that 4th as well. So Leviathan has to be careful, not play with fire or Hamwow. You like to use those Giannis Antetokounmpo quotes on me for some reason. He just said a few months ago back in the playoffs, right? Do not play with your food. If you're the higher seeded team, you can't play with your food. You got to come in like the Leviathan, like the monster you are, and try and close out as well. So kind of a mix of both. I think one team building momentum certainly in SoFree, but Leviathan also maybe losing a little bit of steam and just a little bit of that focus, which can be so damaging if you allow it to occur for too long in these end-of-season situations.
You know what else Giannis said? Today's the day! And I'm definitely feeling that type of similar energy here as we head into this game. SoFree VR really looking to head their way back into this second round. But as I was saying, the moment's back as well, Paladar. I just want to let you know the moment's back.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's back. Would you like to hear the moment, or shall we let it be a moment for another moment?
I'm checking behind me, but you have a moment, maybe about 12 seconds worth of moments, so go.
12 moments. Okay, well now it's 11 moments. Well now it's, technically now it's like 7 moments. Okay, well I think the moments are running out. No more moments. Sorry, 3 moments. Let's go.
I'm going to start docking you moments in a second here, but never you mind, because the moment is now. The time is now. It's the second round anyhow, as it will be the first joust taken, and could it be the 4 in a row, extending back, and they had a chance. They had a 3-on-1 essentially on that goalkeeper, and just trying to paint the corners where maybe they didn't even need to paint the corners with all those numbers.
Yeah, and Goki went for round 2. They went for the clear. However, oh my goodness, Punda sent it. And was that even meant to be a shot? Regardless, it will count for 3 points. And that's just not what SoFree VR needed then.
What happened there? My goodness. Well then. They started out like that. Punda, you have a way of starting out rounds, I don't understand it, but you do it.
Yeah, I mean, he's done it once, and he's done it again now within the second round. I mean, well, Aiden did say, I don't think we're going to be expecting a similar round to the first one. Well, I mean, it's kind of due to a play like that, I think it might just paint a similar picture. Was that a self pass off the Pac-Man, Punda?
Maybe, probably. Just to remind folks here, in the start of the first round, the first 3 points of the game was scored by Punda from about 38 meters, 40 meters out or so from the tunnel. So you start off that way. And then round 2, starting off with another 3, even more spectacular fashion. That said, though, getting well dressed and addressing that goal, it's Daisy, DH. Well, either way, they find a way, Pam. 2 points. Yeah. Nice start.
A part of that way was dodging real Zeros, finding that duck, and you could just see Zeros just standing there after that happened. It's kind of like when you get rejected in basketball, for example. You just stand there and you're in defeat. You don't know what to do. How can you possibly redeem yourself after a play like that? However, they might be looking for some redemption now as they find that clear through the right tunnel.
Yeah, well, I gotta say, even despite that, those first 3 points, look at this. A quick reaction from SoFree VR got them on the board with 2. They've caused a turnover, and they've got the disc back again. They have a chance to take a lead. Would be the first time here this series. But you can still see that pace has definitely changed as a catch from the back, but another save, denial grab back. Wow, another series of just furious saves, but immediately retaken by the offense, it seems like, on a lot of these attempts.
Yeah, and so for VR, definitely not making it easy for them. As you see, Goki dancing around 2 members, finding the pass. Now, being able to draw 2 members to yourself is one thing, but being able to punish afterwards is another. And 2 points will bring them ahead of Leviathan.
Bit of a miscommunication there from Leviathan. On one hand, well done to SoFree VR for being able to maintain possession as long as they did and then find that pass. But 3 players for Leviathan all diving on that lone player by the boot, which totally enabled that 2v1 essentially in the goal against Silver Ridge there. So, yeah, again, that focus maybe not quite where it needs to be for Leviathan. They have got to be careful because SoFree VR are playing with some fire.
Yeah, not really trying to mark their men. They're kind of trying to dedicate their players to pressuring their position. And although it can work in a lot of those situations, it's very dangerous around your bubble because just one quick pass behind the post or underneath, and it's gonna be a disadvantaged situation for your goalie, for your team. As we see, SoFree VR now, Great White finding that clear through to the right tunnel, and the follow-up potentially. There's going to be no regrabs, however, it will be a struggle and a possession from Goki.
And possession here, Panda though. Panda looking for a pass, but not really looking for the disc there, Agent. So again, what I'm seeing and what I was saying was just some of the focus of the communication, right? Normally Leviathan, if they make a pass, it's because they're already thinking 2 passes in advance. They know where that's going to go. But in that juncture, losing the handles on it, and will concede potentially another goal attempt, although Dazzy's struggling on this recovery a little bit, and a missed opportunity perhaps to punish even more. As Leviathan, though, a back pass, dangerous! Oh, another ding! They had a chance to bring it even further ahead, and they still might yet, Pam, as they take another opportunity with some dancing. Great White, but no, it's real zeros with that zeroed insight.
Wow, and it's at moments like that where you really need a heavy defensive anchor and you really need that communication, because a back pass like that certainly shouldn't be forgiven, and SoFree VR are really looking for that punishment as they make their way in. They're trying to hail down from the skies and swarming in for 2 points. Goki, I mean, Palador, a back pass like that, there needs to be strong communication, otherwise it's going to turn around on you.
It took them a few attempts, but they eventually got that in. Too many attempts given to an offense. One of those are going to go in sooner than later because it's so tough to save discs over and over again. Although Leviathan is a team who's able to do that, you can't rely on that for extended periods of time. Honestly, if they can't score another point here, just bring it back within 1 or tie it up. If another point gets scored, they are going to need to call a timeout, in my opinion, because this is really starting to get out of hand for Leviathan. And here it goes again. Daisy with the 8-3 lead in round 2. It has definitely changed.
Yeah, Leviathan definitely felt like they had control overall in that first round, and then taking this second round, I mean, they found those opening 3 points, but now it really feels like the game is starting to slip away from them here as SoFree VR gain that momentum, gain those points, and now with 4 minutes 30 on the timer, Leviathan might need to change things up soon. They still have that roster flex they can pull up with Soggy Bunning swapping for Agent or whatever they want to go for here, but they might be trying to just save up the energy, which I can definitely understand here as they head into the remainder of this second half. As they make their way up to the field goal now, they are making their way up for a cut-in, and those will be 2 points to answer back.
See, that's the kind of Leviathan plays that I have not been seeing quite as much this series yet, right? They've hit some stellar highlight-worthy plays and shots, but over the last month or so of season, they've been on this passing tear. They've been looking like Kangarillas of the ocean, although I'm not sure how a Kanga would fare inside or in the ocean. But that said, those passes, those extra passes, those crosses, the constant movement, it's what they've been doing so well. And they got one there, so that at least puts them back within a comfort zone, only down by 3. But we're only 3 minutes left in this round, and this control is had here by SoFree VR.
Yeah, waiting for more of those pass plays, like you mentioned earlier, directly in front of the goal and just making their passes all the way up to the goals. I feel like we kind of saw that in the early stages of the first round when they had control of the game. Maybe it does have a bit of to do with the pressure that SoFree VR be able to conjure within this second round here. But you definitely are looking for those pass plays that Leviathan are known for as they find that clear towards the right tunnel, and the regrabs are there to follow up on it. However, Boo able to slap it up.
But losing the handles again, so getting lost in this trap low and high as a few defenders getting stunned out there by Boo. A few more, even. In fact, Boo putting in a lot of stuns is going to enable another one. Oh, shoot. And that could be damaging, but they will get the recovery. It's Gaki. Could it be? Oh, my goodness. Pam, wow. What are Free VR have absolutely come alive in this round, and Leviathan are at the, I wouldn't say unprecedented, but they are at the uncomfortable and uncommon point of being down in the latter portions of a round.
Yet, So Free VR are just riding this wave of momentum, and you can see the momentum from those stacks. They are just there first, Palador. They're interrupting the joust advantage, and they're going for mail slots. Oh, but it's not making it the first time. They do find the rebound. Now DH with the disc. He's making his way on the right side. The cut in from the shield, and winding it away will be Goki.
That was very Leviathan-esque. But you know what? Credit to So Free VR. That was So Free-esque. They are playing so free at the moment. They are feeling good. They are flying like free birds. All of the words. PamWow, have you heard? We might be going to a third round at this rate.
I mean, Leviathan have definitely had rounds lost running against them here within previous matches, but in the finals it can be so detrimental here as they make their way towards the trench. It will be So Free VR with yet another possession, and with 1 minute 40 on the timer, they can even take their time if they want. Oh my gosh, the Joker's train, joke's on you, but they do find the possession. Leviathan, they need to find some points quick.
Okay, this is one of the things I'll point out too, same with the jukes earlier on. Okay, So Free VR, they are in an amazing spot right now. They gotta keep that focus. They have got to keep the focus. Don't get too lax, don't get too loose. A Joker train from the midfield, that ain't gonna do it. So they gotta be careful, because in a moment's notice, they can still catch up here with a couple of outbursts of threes. So they need to secure this disc and just find a couple more nice plays like they did earlier on, and they'll be set. Otherwise though, Leviathan, they are not going to give up until that buzzer. And they are not going to give up, because that three puts them in a great spot. Agent Victoria.
I'm not sure if those 3 points will set them up for the victory of this second round, but it definitely will be very, very close. Another 3 points needed not at the minimum, 2 points at the minimum to get themselves a draw. But man, 40 seconds remaining on the timer. I think it actually is running against them, Palador.
Yeah, the time is not that friendly, but again, a quick score is all they need here. They will be right back within reach. So reaching for the sky and reaching for that disc, it goes back into the trap, and that clear lone may secure it here. Panda with a chance at a recovery, and indeed mathematics are currently against Leviathan. So look at that. We have ourselves an impending third round. The back-to-back champions on their heels a little bit.
And not only is that momentum running against them, you can definitely tell that there's a lot of hype building in So Free VR. To take a round from Leviathan, to take a round from the reigning champs of the Oceanic region, it's a big deal. And
Amazing.
Taking away that second round definitely will pressure Leviathan into making a change here. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for a roster swap with Agent and Soggy to get that main roster on board. But honestly, this is that moment for Punda to make that half-court shot that we were talking about earlier. Do it in between rounds. I don't know how you're going to do it, but get it done, because that is the only way you're getting back into this Leviathan. However, So Free VR, Aiden, what do you think of their performance?
Oh, I wrote so much. Okay. Dude, Leviathan is losing in the second round. They're doing good, but So Free is just doing better. They're passing, they're taking the shot. Notice a lot of threes from Leviathan. That's basically all they've been doing. There hasn't been that many passing with them. That's just mostly what I've noticed. It's been mostly threes. Once again, Panda getting that first three with the half court. Not following in the footsteps of last round is So Free VR. 2 goals at the start, and they're gonna take this round. I kid you not, I felt the pain every time they dinged it about halfway in. It's just...
Yep.
So Free has Leviathan scared. That is all there is.
One of the things that's scary too about some of those dings as well, you figure, I mean, they already won by a couple goals there, but that lead could have been even larger had some of those gone down off of those extra shots. But that said, I think they can't be in too comfortable of a position too for So Free. You're feeling good, and they should be. They have every right to, because they just took 1 round away from the defending champions, and that's not an easy thing to do, especially from a historically resilient team in Leviathan. But that's kind of the point of what I'm saying here. Resilient team in Leviathan. They've had these situations every season in the finals against multiple teams where it doesn't always go swimmingly. It's not always a easy road to the very end and to the championship for them, but they have shown the tendency to finish strong. So a lot of disarray there and mix-ups for round 2 Leviathan, but round 3 Leviathan is also a thing. And I think for So Free VR here, Pam, they're going to need to be more focused than ever. They can't get too lax, too loose. I know they like to dance. I know they like to Joker train a bit here, but time and place, and don't give Leviathan the windows to start coming back at you, like they kind of started to do towards the end.
Yeah, like they've done in the past as well. I mean, the last official VRML game between Leviathan and So Free VR, Leviathan took it in 2 rounds, a total score of 10-39. So yeah, definitely do not want to be giving Leviathan any type of window of opportunity, whether it be a half-court shot from Punda, whether it be a slam dunk from Soggy, who has been swapped in now, which I did mention would probably most likely happen after that second round, which has happened. So honestly, they are going to be trying to change things up within the 3rd round, but So Free VR, they definitely have to ride this hype wave that they've created for themselves here within the 2nd round. And something also interesting to note, Leviathan were making those pass plays that we were mentioning within that 1st round. Once they had total control, they were finding a few of those pass plays that they're known for, and they're very effective, very good to see, very good to use. But as soon as that pressure was kind of taking a toll against them, you could definitely see the utter chaos that was erupting from that disc possession. Just not really any passes, although they did find a few good ones there within the 2nd round. It just didn't work out for them in the end. So Free VR taking away that 2nd one. So now, heading into the 3rd round, with that roster change and So Free VR riding the hype, this is kind of the battle of the gods in a sense, A team kind of changing it up, riding that new momentum. Meanwhile, So Free VR taking a round from Leviathan. So this is where it boils down to, round 3.
Indeed, it is boiling. I'm sure the blood is boiling for these teams. In terms of just all the we're talking about pent-up months of work here coming down to these high-pressure situations. Definitely one of those situations that anyone who's played the game, you live for it, but at the same time, you hate it when it's happening at the same time, right? When it's done, when you've come out of the depths of a huge battle and in 3 rounds, overtimes, things like that, no better feeling in the world in Echo or sports in general when you have those kind of moments. But while you're in the thick of it, man, is it so stressful. So stressful. So, yeah, absolutely. Going to be a banger of a 3rd round, I think. And should we see, and I'll have to check my history on this one, but I'm not sure that in VRML history yet we've seen a championship team or just a top half-seeded team for that matter, or top 3rd, those top 3. You don't really see them go into the lower brackets ever, really. So I mean, if Leviathan finds themselves there, that might be a first in itself across our 3 regions. So I'm sure they want to avoid that history here with some well-executed first plays off this joust in the 3rd round.
Yeah, and here come the passes. Oh, Goki with the read off the left shoulder, excuse me. But what a read there from Goki, and now they're looking to punish. If they can find some points here, they definitely will be riding that momentum off the backboard, dinging. Oh, we wanted a banger of a round, not a dinger of the round, as it dings off, and he will be Soggy, sending it to real zeros.
Oh, that was really a huge chance. I know it's only 30 seconds in, it's early, but I cannot stress, that would have been such a massive shot for them to hit to start things off, and again put Leviathan on their heels instantly. So unfortunate miss. Leviathan, a team who tends to punish, and they do. What a move! Real zeros, get out of there. 2 points in a spectacular fashion.
That was a real nice shot from Real Zeros, winding his way from the left post and just sending it over to the top pocket, dinging its way in. I mean, the team captain putting in those 2 points might just put Leviathan on the right track. Now with the GS advantage for So Free VR, let's just see if they can pile on top of that GS advantage. It will be a clear sending its way through the right tunnel.
Yeah, absolutely. Thing is that last move, I just want to go back to it for a quick second. It was effective, but it was so almost slow. It was graceful, It was graceful. But Gaki here, opting for more of the aggressive kind of jukes, less of the ballerina type jukes. As another juke, breaking the ankles, my goodness here. It's Gaki with a handoff here, being handed off to, I should say, as Soggy Bunnings approaches. And a chance to tie it up with a quick series of moves. The window was there, but windows closed, and now the case closed. Grab and grab and grab. Pam, uncanny.
Well, the thing is, as Goki was sailing up to that right shoulder, So Free VR had two members ready for that cut-in. They made their way up, but Goki just kept spinning around that right shoulder. So, well, might as well go on top of the goalkeepers now. Let's just see if we can force it in. And they did. So now 2 points to 2.
And absolutely every player on the floor converging in that same small space around that goal. Such a tight situation, such a quick rollout as Real Zeros finds Soggy Bunnings. Soggy being contested. Nice pass, but losing the hands, unfortunately. He'll walk it around. Punda receiving and opting for another pass right inside. What a save coming in, though, from Great White.
Yeah, great save there as he will be Goki now with the clear. But man, Leviathan just felt so disoriented for a second. There's the regrab, follow up the turnover. 3 points would help them out. They really need to find those open goals, Pallid, or they really need to be punishing those. And it really feels like they actually are finding the points in situations where there are people in the goals in comparison, in contrast to when it's an open goal.
Yeah, that was a 3-on-0. There was no one in the goal. They had a lot of time, but unfortunately, this is where I mentioned that that veteranship, that experience tends to come into play, right? Because in those moments, you can just chalk it up to the excitement and almost the nervousness, the nervous energy, taking that shot and not able to secure that 3-on-0. Those are the situations that Leviathan will typically be able to punish. So Free VR has to be very, very careful with what they do here as they try to get defensive again.
And Real Zero is not slapping it immediately into the goal, sending it over to Punda, who found a shot blocked momentarily, but 2 points going over to Leviathan. And Real Zero is definitely paying respect to the keeper of So Free VR. They're not going for that immediate slap. He didn't really feel like the momentum was on his side there with that shot. So taking the time to find that reset, and it worked out.
And that's what I was talking about too. So that turnover that they had resulted in the eventual punish from Leviathan. Another turnover to Leviathan, so that momentum is about to shift. I feel like Leviathan trying to kick it into a new gear as they kick it over to the barrier, although just missing. So diving out there is Boo, but Boo being scared with that one, being taken off guard by the defense. It's on guard for a rebound. It's Soggy, and they've got the shot found. It's 6-2. And there it is, a couple in a row from Leviathan. It's been a while since we've seen that, really.
Yeah, great angle there from Soggy Bunny, sniping the bottom pocket. And So Free VR definitely feeling a bit of a loss of that momentum that they created within that second round. However, still so much time left within this third round here, ladies and gents. If you're joining us, Leviathan took away the first, So Free VR coming back in the second. And now within the third, it's quite back and forth at the moment. However, Leviathan are definitely picking up the pace here as they send that disc over towards the goals. The regrabs are there. It might be open momentarily, but the regrabs are back. Oh, but Punda doesn't care. He sends it for 2.
And these opening minutes, the opening half of this third round, really just a big demonstration of that whole, one, the high pressure, but it kind of extends to the mental game of these kinds of situations, right? I think Leviathan, obviously, they were suffering on that regard in the second round a bit. And at the moment, though, you can see So Free VR, I think getting a little frustrated by those last few times on the execution of offense, because they do turn it over again here. And this is where Leviathan, as I say, they're resilient.
And Goki has found quite a few reads here on the passes from Leviathan. And oh my goodness, the dancing around. He went for the shot. Oh, but Silveridge with the save. However, the save's back into the hands of Boo. Boo getting stunned away. And it will be Leviathan Punda sending it back to Soggy.
You see, this is why it's such a luxury having that kind of goalkeeper who you can rely on for those one-on-one saves or those direct in-goal saves, because you don't expect it, and yet when it happens, it's just such a nice benefit. Will they be able to do it again, though, is the question. No! Don't even need to, because the pass was a bit astray, and that is out into the midline where Real Zeros will have some time to line it up, and a little high it looks like, but there's a rebounding squad there. Picks up the pair, and slam dunk, up by 8 for Punda and Co.
Yeah, I'm definitely sure that Real Zeros actually wasn't going for the shot there. I reckon he was definitely aiming for those regrabs on the right side, no question asked. 10 points to 2, and 3 minutes 50 on the timer, so still some time here for So Free VR to come back, and we saw that little burst from Leviathan at the end of the second round. So maybe we could see something similar to that with So Free VR, as they are met with a lot of pressure here from Leviathan within that just advantage.
Yeah, absolutely, and with that, man, it's getting right into the last few minutes of this one. So if So Free needs to make a run, and they want to make a run, they have to basically do it now. Another score. I know it's a little early, but another score. Early ice, in my opinion. They're up by double digits now, which they were not able to do even in the first round. Get up by double digits for Leviathan, at least not for too long. So to be in this position now, that is great news for Leviathan. This is dire news for So Free VR.
Yeah, Leviathan, and the thing with Leviathan having a lead, they know to take their time with it. They know to drain the clock. They know to make their passes around in their zone. So one thing that could be considered for So Free VR, maybe potentially a pause. I'm not sure if they will be going for that relatively soon, but an extension from the goalie reading that attack from Leviathan and a clear will do them well.
It will. That's actually pretty close to being a goal as well. And Boo was there for a potential recovery, but unable to wrangle the disc. Gaki does, however, sends it over to Great White. Great White with a bouncer to Daisy, and woo, what a pass, but no, the finish not quite there. So we're not able to get the flourish, but Boo will secure the second attempt. 12-4, at least gets it back on the scoreboard, but again, comes down to the time, Pam.
Yep, Gaki went for that instant slap into the goals palador, but it's the only type of goal that they know that they can score on Silverridge. Boo, however, was able to find the rebound and collect themselves up, so 2 points to So Free VR. They're going to need some 3-pointers soon. 2 minutes and 5 on the timer. Leviathan in the round 3. If they can win this, they will proceed into the winner's bracket. If So Free VR manage to win it as well, I mean, they'll be proceeding onto the winner's bracket. However, no one wants to get into the loser's bracket.
Yeah, either way you cut it, that is the good news. Certainly as a 3, that would be some great news for them. That could have actually made this very interesting. 2 points secured here, so it's a 6-point game. 140 left and even less after this next joust. So they're not out of it yet. I would be aware, though, of Leviathan. Feeling good again. I can expect either, unless there's an open goal, I could expect they may start stalling here soon.
I mean, it's all calm now, but So Free VR about to bust in with 2 3-pointers and everything is going to break loose. Real Zero is now on the Pac-Man, and Leviathan doing what they do well, taking their time with the possession, finding those passes. Now all the way down the field, a 1-on-1 situation, slowly turning into a 1-on-2. Oh, but DH with the save and the clear. If they can follow up on this, they might be able to sprout some momentum here. They are on the mid side. It will be Gaki.
Yeah, see, so they opted for the push off, and they took a shot from a little too far out, so it was saved without too much of a stress, and that could definitely cost them in the last minute. They didn't need to push that goal, and they may just be punished for it, but no, Gaki unable to get that, and a good stun as well coming in, I believe, from Soggy. So they will turn it back over here, and that might just do it if they can just take care of this disc for even another 10 seconds or so.
Yeah, like we mentioned earlier, I feel like Leviathan, they have this kind of theme where they can lose a round and they can still definitely make their way back. If anything, that lost round kind of fuels them within that next round. They're not happy about it at all, and they're definitely going to be coming back stronger and faster. And as I say this, they're getting stunned away, and So Free VR might be looking for one last shot. But with 18 seconds remaining on the timer, Leviathan will be your victors after such a closely fought match. I mean, take a look at the first and second round if you can in your own time, but man, what a game indeed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, hats off to So Free, because they really showed up here against Leviathan. Not an easy task whatsoever to do. Leviathan, though, just that veterancy came through in the end. They were able to capitalize on more of their opportunities, punish those mistakes a bit more, and just as well, have fewer mistakes than they did in that previous round. So with that, though, we will hand things off now to Aiden. Just give us kind of an outlook on that whole series and what happened there in that round.
All right, so obviously things have really changed with Shoggy showing up, as seemed to have a huge impact on Leviathan stack. Their speed in general totally increased there. So did their momentum. Everything just increased with Leviathan there, and So Free just couldn't keep up with it. They did their best, but this is the power of the defending champions roster. Like, main roster showing up and destroying as they do. But yeah, this is the power of the main roster, and Dazzy. Some amazing saves up there. Very mentionable ones. As for stats, possession, going over to So Free, they have 54%. Also going to So Free, shots taken. Assists were tied between both teams. Saves definitely going to Leviathan on this one, 79%. Very high there. Steals, 71% for So Free VR. And stuns are also going to go to So Free. It's been one hell of a round.
Yeah, and a series in general. So although the 3 rounds going Leviathan's way eventually, So Free VR, they will have a chance to come back now as they go into the lower brackets to face the last Centurions here. soon. We'll be on channel 2, I believe, of our streams. Meanwhile, here we are going to redirect ourselves over to a lower bracket match, elimination match, that is, with Astria versus Villain. So for Leviathan, they took care of business. They're one and done, and we will see them tomorrow in a semifinals match versus Free VR, I should say. Not So Free, but also Free VR. Two different teams, just for clarity. I know a lot of our viewers tuning in across the regions might not be aware. But yeah, that will be an interesting match in its own right. With that, we are going to redirect to a quick intermission, get ourselves organized, and we will set off on the rest of our OCE finals. Day 1, right around the corner. Be right back.
And hello, everyone. And hello, everyone. Welcome to this team interview. I have with me the wonderful OCE team of Villains. Guys, how are you feeling coming into these finals?
Yeah. Are feeling great. We are officially the first ever Japanese team to make it into finals, and we're very proud of that.
Hey, congrats, guys. Hell yeah. How did that feel? I mean, are you feeling that pressure of being the first Japanese team? Is that a lot of stress to you guys, or are you cool and collected?
Great. Like, the Japanese community is compared to NA EU, we're really young. We just started blooming this year, but we already have one team in the finals, which is just probably for most of the community.
Honestly, that's so good. Are you all Japanese?
Yes.
Yeah. Every player.
That's so good. How long have you been? You say it's new. How long have you been playing for then? Like, are you all fairly new to the game or what?
Yeah. I started from December.
I started in November.
Oh, wow.
Last year.
January? Sorry, I don't speak English.
He's only playing Echo for half a year.
Half a year? So you played it the most, and you've played for a year. Everyone else is less.
Yeah.
Who are you most worried about coming into these matches?
Yeah. We don't know how to beat Leviathan, but we'll try our best. Yeah.
Yeah, the Leviathan team, they do seem scary, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the same for everyone else? You all same, Leviathan?
Yeah, we gotta aim for the top. So,
aim for the top? Hell yeah! I believe in you guys, you got the confidence. You know, you're the young up-and-comers coming into this. Honestly, guys, it sounds like you've got it. I believe in you. Like, best of luck. We're watching along. And I hope you guys do good.
Yeah,
we'll do our best.
Hell yeah!
Hello.
What's up?
So, Koala, how are you going today?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Finals coming up close. Would you like to introduce your team, Astrea?
I will. So we are I'm Koala Kid. I'm the captain. We are R1 Losum here. Best sub OCE. We are Spencer 80720, aka Spencer Numbers, right here. Midget _22, Pat Dash, Hal Javert, and we have Ali CW, who's unfortunately unable to make it today, but that's okay.
How are you guys feeling as a team coming to this finals?
We're feeling pretty good. I feel like we've built up a team that has what we need to win finals and take down Leviathan for the first time.
Definitely,
We're not
it would
nervous.
be good to
You're
see
nervous.
the underdogs. Definitely has a bit, but I know you guys can do it. So,
Yeah, we
what
can.
are some tips you guys can give to lower teams, like trying to fight for that finals position, especially you guys being a new team?
I reckon work on team chemistry. Really important, I think.
Yeah.
I think our whole team was built off all of our friendships, so that was really important to us. Rather than just trying to stack good players, actually think about how well you work together. Other than that, actually climbing 2 finals, let's just keep working. It's not going to happen in maybe a season or a couple weeks.
Yeah, definitely.
Good for us.
And with the whole finals climate being very stressful, how's the mindset going into finals, thinking it might be like scary or anything? How do you guys feel?
Not nervous.
Not
We're not shattered at all.
You guys definitely got
Competition
this.
shaking in their boots.
They are scared.
And
honestly, I'm excited though. It's gonna be really fun.
Definitely, it's gonna be very
definitely
close,
been waiting for it.
And being at this like high position since the start, because I know as soon as the MMR came out, you guys were very high on the leaderboard. Do you feel like the bottom of 3 teams are going to be fighting for your position?
Definitely, no doubt. And it's not like they're counted out of the opposition just because they're below us on the ladder. They're definitely strong teams that have what it takes to beat anyone and come to the top, take that championship. It's gonna be tough.
And would you guys like to say anything for the last parts of this interview?
I'm yet.
Alright, good to know. And thank you. This has been Australia. Bye, guys.
Catch up.
Bye.
VRware. Our passion is for the future. VRware. Our passion is for the future.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to VR Master League here on venues as well as Twitch TV, Facebook Live, YouTube Gaming, and also featured on juke.gg. So glad to have you guys here. Right place, right time. Apologies for that little bit of a delay, just sorting out where we're going, what we're doing, all that good stuff. But with that said, we do find ourselves here in the lower bracket of our OCE finals. So this is an elimination match here, Pam. Wow. Again, this is high pressure already in the earlier rounds. Now it's the highest pressure because it's win or your season is done. So
Yeah.
we'll see what this one provides.
And it's sad to see one of these teams go because they've both just been playing so very, very well within these recent games that we've all seen. They've been providing so much good entertainment, so much close games, a lot of back and forth action here. So sad to see one of them go, but it is the way of the tourney. As Villain and Australia will be heading their way into this game. They actually have played previously on VRML recently in September here. It was a game that favored towards Villain's side of things. However, it was, again, a close game, which is kind of like the common theme with all these teams here in the Oceanic top 6. It was a 4-point difference in each of these rounds. However, it did go to Villain's side of things. So definitely expecting a type of similar result here. Close results going to each team here. But yeah, who knows? I feel like that's kind of the common thing that we keep saying throughout this entire tourney. Who knows? It's always going to be something different, whether it's Leviathan, kind of losing a round there at first, whether it's a last second swap of a change of plans, a change of players. It all changes on game days, so we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. One of those situations where the regular season, the weeklies, they count for a lot, obviously. They're important, but at the same time, the entire structure, the entire pace, the mentality, things change dramatically when you get to these post seasons, these finals, these cups, because it comes down to the mental game, the emotional game, the energy management. So much gets put into these cup style events at the end of the season, where it really does kind of make mincemeat out of everyone a little bit, right? Because you're just not used to doing that throughout the rest of the season. But that's also kind of the whole style of it, and why, by the time you do get to the end of these big tournaments and these best of fives, tomorrow for the championships and things like that, I mean, the winner earns it. They have to go through the fire, through the flames, and carry on.
I like that song. It's a good song, especially for what's going on now, because although a team might drop out from the losers bracket, it's teams like these, Villain and Australia. It's just they have this way of just growing and just kind of like Phoenix, just arising from the ashes. They do it so well, learning from their mistakes and just improving on it, and that is a factor that will determine a good team and a worse off team. Just improving and understanding the mistakes that have happened, and well, let's hope that they won't have to deal with those mistakes in this round, in this game, because we're looking for a good one here as Villain and Australia ready themselves up.
Yeah, they won't have to worry about any mistakes, just our hot takes, Pam. So let's see who takes this first joust away. It will be a Rabble for Villain as well. Right back to Ali on the other side, and we got it going.
Yep, and it will be Ali with the possession here on the right tunnel, sending it down towards Koala. Koala looking for a send, immediately trying to punish that open goal. However, the regrabs are there in time. Now Midget making his way up for the cut-in. Oh, but Koala isn't able to extend far enough for that pass as it sails its way down towards the trap.
And taken back here by Ali at said trap, and manages to find one over to Midget, but a nice pass quickly to Spencer, but Spencer getting stunned. Caught a little bit in no man's land, couldn't quite get there to the anchor as that sails right into the boat. Now wrapping that up maybe, but no! Spencer gets back just in time. Maybe a little too casual on the shot, and didn't account for that zooming stack.
I'm always amazed at how keepers are able to do that. Just with the regrab, the momentum, they carry the way in, and just managing to save the disc in a situation like that. It always boggles my mind how they're able to just have that awareness to do that. But great play there from Spencer, and now setting it up for Koala. Koala sending it down towards the trench. Now Spencer from the backboard went for the pass over to Midget, and unfortunately unable to execute on that play there. So now Odin trying to slap it away.
And Koala Kid with a back pass wisely to Spencer, but Whitebread encroaching. They'll try to get a pass off it to the bubble, although a little bit risky there. A lot of defensive coverage, and didn't really have that back pass. So instead they'll lose the disc as Whitebread sends it down the floor, but another good recovery by Koala off of those stacks. You mentioned it, Pam. You know what? I had some of those opportunities in some of my scrims this week. I fell flat on every single attempt. With
Oh.
that great contempt, it's Spencer hitting a 3, and they break that minute 39-second long stall on the clock, on the scoreboard.
And Australia were looking to punish that open goal and several times. They do have quite a fast turnover, and faster that of Villain are able to get themselves back into those goals. So there was a situation earlier as well where we saw them trying to punish that open goal. However, they just weren't able to land on that disc in time with those red grabs. They weren't able to punish just as fast as they could have. But then it worked out for them. So maybe we'll be seeing a bit more of that throughout this game as they take away the first 3 points.
And Ellie just trying to hit a few more, maybe with a steep clear. They do have some stackers down the floor, although they do get split up a bit by some brawls. So Koala Kid there, a recovery still yet. A great shovel pass, nicely to Midget, and Easy does it for the 5 points.
Yeah, great awareness, great pass there, avoiding 2 members of Villain and setting themselves up for the 2 points there. So now a 5-point lead for Australia as the timer ticks down to 7 minutes 20, and a just advantage for Villain, so they're going to be looking to change things up once more. But we saw it earlier with Villain as well. They do like that ability of taking that pause and utilizing it as much time as they can to change things up. So we might see that within this first or second round as well. They're not afraid to use that at all. As we see Ali now with possession, pulling a bit of a Goki there, dancing around like there's no tomorrow, sending it down to Koala, and Koala getting stunned out.
So up to the trap, following some stuns and a few more. In fact, as Ali just checks behind real quick, finding White Bread in tow, so trying to avoid that bread. Usually you want to make that bread. Let's see if they can make this go off a back pass. And probably the wise move there. They didn't really have a lot of things developing in the front line.
Yep, and Spencer numbers getting cut out there. Don't even have to say that anymore. There is another player called Spencer Letters, Spencer PCS. So we've had to organize ourselves with either calling them Spencer numbers or letters. That's for the background info. Regardless, they find the possession and the shot potentially bouncing off the post, and that would have been a first if that went in. I've never seen that before. A shot bouncing off the post, getting its way in. However, they do find the possession once more, trying to find its way in. It will be Rebel with the possession and the clear.
Playing some billiards, I guess, on that note, but as it goes right down the floor, well, it'll be a 3-on-none recovery coming in for Astria, able to secure it, but maybe rushed it a little bit because they had 3 defenders in that mid lane, so they sent it out, and, well, it was inevitably intercepted.
And now Kanai with the disc, sending it down below back towards the Pac-Man. Now Rabble with the possession, trying to avoid Midget. Midget trying to put some pressure on and finding a duck under the booth, over and under the backboard, but Spencer was on top of it, not letting that disc out of his sight, sending it back out. It will be White Bread, however, with the possession.
What's the over on under on Spencer having spectacular plays? Because Spencer, as I recall, both Spencers, in fact, in the Cup last week were really lighting it up at different junctures. So definitely the kind of play you expect to see from them, letters or numbers.
Yep, we show no prejudice against letters or numbers as they make their way in. Kanai with 2 points. And that might just be what Villain were looking for. 2 points to 5, a 3-point difference here within the first round. And we're nearing the halfway mark, ladies and gents, so still anybody's game.
Well, absolutely. So lower scoring, but I guess not really an unfamiliar sight as of, well, these streams, right? We saw Villain opening things up here on our stream, where both the rounds were lower scoring, although firing off for a open 3. Rebel grabs it and secures a tie. Nicely done.
That is a picture-perfect play there to interrogate a just advantage. Finding the steal, making your way down, let a slut, bang, 3 points, tying up the scores. And 5 minutes 40 on the timer. But we mentioned it earlier as well. The previous game between these two teams in VRML, it was close. The points were close. And although Villain did take it away, it was at least a 3 or 4 point difference each round. So with that said, definitely looking out for these close matchups a bunch of the time within this tournament as the regrabs are on their way back to the disc from both teams.
Well, they are, but now splitting off, taking it away, and needs to get rid of that disc, and they do, but unfortunately it's Odin there for the reception on the other side. Odin gently over to White Bread, and meanwhile, working at the floor while Odin tries to contest the stacks. So opening things up for maybe a recovery, but right down the middle and of that trap, and down the goal! Oh my goodness, White Bread!
We've seen quite a few 3-pointers in this tourney, and that is definitely taking the cake there. White Bread, a difficult angle indeed, and finding it in the pocket of the goal. What a shot there from White Bread.
Who says you can't have your cake and eat it too? White Bread all over the place there. That was a spectacular hit. That is a momentum-building hit as much as anything, Pam.
Yeah, especially with those 3 points dealt against them, that is definitely going to spark their type of momentum heading their way back into this game. Now, a 3-point lead on Australia, and Australia with the possession now. They're looking for an answer back immediately if they want to seal away this first round. However, Villain with the possession and the clear, however, bouncing off the double diamond, not working for him.
Oh, not at all. Spencer Numbers with the recovery and the pass over to Midget. A crossover, nice catch, and a finish on a helpless goalie, stunned out. Spencer kind of initiated that play from the back line and then made his way all the way to the front to finish it as well.
Yep, definitely an all-star with that play. Spencer making his way throughout the entirety of the arena. Now 2 points heading over to Australia. A 1 point difference here with 2 minutes 50 on the timer. Villain with the joust advantage and some regrabs on their way to pressure that possession. However, they find the pass across towards the trench. It will be a struggle for the disc here as 2 players struggle for that possession. However, Rebel's able to find it and getting stunned away, and it will be Spencer now with possession. Another steal from Kanai. Kanai went for the send. Oh, but Midget with a great save before the disc could enter the goals, and now a clear to save the day.
What a grab that was. Fantastic. Now, can they finish the play with a goal is the question. Sailing right out the bubble, and oh my goodness, it sails into a 3 on top of it. So almost a good thing that they missed that first grab because they got an extra point out of it.
And with that 2 point lead, Villain definitely feeling the pressure now. A joust advantage once more for Villain as Australia take a very much needed 3-pointer there. 10 points to 8, and they will be heading on this joust advantage now. But man, talk about a close game, talk about a back and forth game. This is what we're on about. Just threes back and forth and regrabs back and forth as Ali's able to intercept that play.
And that will bounce high and right into White Red's arms though. So recovery now into the pack. Almost a purposeful thing, actually. Nice heady play there, recognizing that there was one in the goal, so a clear towards the goal would have been dangerous. Just trying to keep it in the field, but also out of the reach of the defense. That's some good mental game and some good tactical play we're seeing here from Villain, who once again reset and spaced the floor very well.
Yep, and one thing that you'll want to go for in a play like this is a 3. Oh, Ali with the steal off the post, and now with 1 minute 20 and 2 points in the lead. A 3-pointer would be very advantageous to them. It's making its way sailing. There's some pressure off the goalie there, and now a rebound, and it will work for them.
Wow, wow, wow. So right back at them. Villain was building some steam, but as soon as I said that, well, guess what? A train coming back. Not a Joker train, but still yet a steam train. They're up by 4. There's less than a minute, and Astria is looking pretty good in this first round, but they got to finish the job in these coming seconds here.
Yep, definitely going to finalize the game with maybe a few more points. If they don't do that, well, Villain might be able to make their way back into it. It will be Rebel now from the right shoulder. They need to find the points immediately here. He's making his way in. The cutting is there from the shield. The block. Oh, Spencer. Oh, Spencer.
Oh, Spencer. Oh, Spencer. His fearful trip is done. His ship has weathered every wreck. The prize he sought. Well, was not won. Not on that play, at least.
Yeah.
20 seconds remaining. Major joust about to happen here. Major joust. They just got to take care of this disc. And with that kind of pressure, it's a tough ass.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. It's a turnover. Could it be? Oh no way. Past the hands. They've got one more chance, but it is out of there. And with 3 seconds left, the time is gonna be out. Stress. And wow, stress.
Poor Rabble at the end of that last play, pal. You could see him stretching. He jumped 10 meters in the sky to grab that disc. Wow. I'm pretty sure he did. He sent me a video. Yeah, he did. 10 meters. It's a new Olympic record. He did it, and he just unable to grab that disc. Unfortunately, stretching so far, but not enough. And it will be 2 points the difference for Australia taking away the first round. And ladies and gents, if you're just joining us now, this is the losers bracket. So you definitely do not want to be losing another round, Villain, if you are in their shoes, because you will be out of the tourney. However, still another round to come, so a lot of more action, just like we saw there. Just edge of your seat type of gameplay here as we continue into the game.
Well, absolutely. I really feel for Villain on that one. As someone who's dealt with continually over the last 4 years now, very, very low ceiling. I know the feeling of just right within reach, and yet, you know, you don't have that space to make the catch, because that was just, again, inches away, centimeters away from being an all-time type of highlight, many of which there are here in these OCE finals across the last few seasons, but that was about to be a spectacle So a heartbreaker for sure. But for Astria, they're more than glad to take that victory. Villain just need to keep mentally strong, not let that bother them because they've got another round ahead and 10 minutes to decide their fate.
I'm happy that all you have to deal with is a low ceiling. I have to deal with a low myself. I'm too short. Anyway, there's the disc on the blue side of things. Don't pity me.
Rowdy Artifact says we're tall, though.
That's true. That's true. A common chatter amongst us Rowdy Artifacts always going to be calling us tall, and a tall order there from Villain as it dings off the post. That would have been a very strong start into the second round for Villain, a much needed strong start. However, Odin is going to find that rebound and a potential reset.
And Odin doing the right thing there, looking for a reset, although they do lose a disc. That said, the shot also missing. Rebound nicely from Moko, who's coming in this round as well. But securing it in the midfield was Ali, bringing it up the floor to the cloud as Moko tries to contest. A great dive, phenomenal dive, in fact, from Rabble, and Whitebread tapping it out. Lovely defensive job there. But unfortunately, here comes the next attempt, and we know how dangerous that gets in terms of percentages. They have to defend again.
Yeah, as you said, great defense, but it's just that next step of finding that clear and following up on it. That's the next step that you really have to take. Otherwise, here comes the next attempt. Here comes round 2. Midget sending it in. Oh, it's bouncing off the shoulder. That was actually close. Whitebread found the save, though, and the clear. Let's see if they can follow up on it now. The regrabs, they're all stunning each other at the backside of the field, so that disc is going to hover for a few seconds. However, Villain able to find it first. Now the long shot. Oh, dinging off the side. And we've seen so many unfortunate open goals, Palador.
Yeah, and some of those misses, those narrow misses, we've seen it in other matches on this stream as well. That one's a narrow miss. But that's the nature of these cups, right? You're playing the percentages, playing the margins, and everything is just stressful at this situation and this kind of juncture. So certainly can't blame the teams, but those are the ones that will definitely kill you at the end when you look back at it if the results don't go your way. So trying to make the most out of this opportunity now, but just a missed pass there as well.
Yeah, and it will be Spencer now with possession of the trench, trying to avoid Odin, finding the pass over to Midget. Now Midget off the go, sending it back towards Pac-Man. They're going to be going for a pass play here, Australia. They're not trying to rush things. Under the bow tie will be Koala, and marked off with the stuns on the left side. It will be Whitebread with the steal, however, in the end. And the clear, intercepted by Spencer. Spencer with the punishment. Oh, it's bouncing off, but not in.
Oh my goodness. Held my breath on that one, and no doubt Villain did as well. Spencer continuing to cause some trouble, although could not get the goal, but nonetheless, it will be taken now by Villain. They have the option, they find the pass, but they couldn't get it. Rabble there switching arms on the way in, but will still do great harm for Whitebread, who eventually recovers and finds the goal despite the defense very claustrophobic nearby.
And after 2 minutes and 30 seconds of just back and forth action, finally the opening 2 points of the second round here. If you're just joining us, Australia took away the first round, and now Villain trying to take away this second with those opening 7 minutes on the timer. Let's see if Australia will be changing anything up with this just advantage as they send that towards the left tunnel.
So Midget does have it stolen, though, by Odin. Now Odin trying to come up alive here for Villain. 2 minutes and a half expended last time around, and could have had a quick one there, but Ali just taking them off guard, so miscommunication perhaps from Villain, and nicely done by Ali just to take full advantage, and maybe even buy themselves an opportunity here at the goal as the defense is kind of struggling to actually get back.
Yeah, Koala and Midget able to regrab onto that disc. However, the defense is back now from Villain. A dodge there from Ali. Meg just went up straight away. I mean, I think even I was expecting that kind of dodge downwards, as both of those members of Villain were definitely expecting there, but just kept sailing up, and eventually down for that slam dunk.
Yeah, and a gentle one at that. Just disrupting the goalie there with some stuns. And as we've seen in OCE, the saves are aplenty, absolutely. So I don't blame people for aiming for those heads. I know goalies, though, will definitely hate that I pointed that out, because it's one of those things that just gets under a lot of goalkeepers' skins. It's already such a tough job, and then to deal with the stuns as a shot just glances by Spencer there. Tough task for sure, but here we are halfway through, and another lower scoring round. Certainly very defensive and patient.
Yeah, something to also consider with a lot of these games is just putting yourself in these players' perspectives, because sure, you look at all these other games that they've played throughout the season, you're like, wow, all these passes like direct, they're insane. These players are insane. Oh my goodness, a pass, a cut, that's the insanity we're looking for. A great cut-in pass there, and unfortunately bouncing off Spencer's head, but 2 points to Villain to take the lead.
Spencer hulking up a bit there, looking animated after the shot. So yeah, that would be a great one to maybe get them again into some sort of a groove offensively. And but absolutely to your point, yeah, well familiar for sure. These intense situations, like I said, different kind of beast when it comes to finals situations, and it really just comes down to execution. And not only that, but again, the endurance, being able to execute well, and then do it again and again and again, back to back to back in your matches. So you're definitely seeing that war of attrition pan out here already, just in day one.
Yeah, on top of that, I feel like there's definitely a consistency definitely comes into play with games like these, because just being able to repetitiously pass, repetitiously keep that possession and maintain it, and just send it all the way to the goals. It's plays like that, just like
nice.
Leviathan, and saves like that from Koala Kid to send it back out to the mid side. But yeah, it's plays like that you'll often see from Leviathan, and it's that type of consistency that brings them out through rounds such as round losses like we saw earlier on in the tournament, and they're able to just maintain that lead within the third one, as we see now Moko diving his way down and sending in Rabble.
I quite like that. That was some slick passing, Pam. Wow, that's all I have to say, because that was nice.
Definitely was slick passing, because I thought he went for the shot there at first, and then I was like, wait a minute, Rabble got it? Oh, it was a pass. I thought he was going straight to the goals there. Great pass there indeed from Villain. A 6 to 2 point difference here as we head into the final 4 minutes of the second round.
Ooh, but hold on, the shot open. Oh no, a missed goal though. That could have put them right within 1 point. They still have another attempt, and slowly it goes as the double dives from those goalkeepers, and it will indeed buy them the 2 point at the end of the day.
Something always that interested me, that you see a lot within these games, is how the open goal seems to be more of a threat than a goal with a keeper in it. They manage to find the points when there's like 5 people within the goals, even though there can't be 5 people, there somehow is. And they find the points then, but as soon as it's an open goal, it's just that pressure that builds onto it. It's insane to see. I don't think I'll ever understand it, because I'll never be put in that situation, but like, I mean, you can definitely see, it just makes it so clear and obvious how much pressure can do to you, especially in open goal situations.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's because when you're playing in the flow of the game where everything is so... Hold on, that shot. And everything is so, again, close to the wire, so fast, where you have to react constantly. You don't have time to think about how to react. You just have to react. Then when you get the actual open shot, sometimes, suddenly, instead of reacting instinctually, you're reacting... more methodically, more mechanically. You're starting to think about, oh, I have an open shot. Now I have to line this open shot up. Now I have to make this open shot, right? So instead of instinctual, you're kind of in your own head about it, and it can be indeed more pressure.
Yeah, and talk about pressure. They went for the reset, Australia. However, Villain were able to quickly get their way up there with the regrab. So now a cut in. Oh, a pass, unfortunate, and it will be Koala Kid now with the clear.
And clear it goes. A nice setup play, potentially, if their stacks can get there in time. It does take a wayward bounce, so it will be a recovery from the defense instead. Rabble able to get there. Only 2 minutes left in the second round, and need we remind you, this is indeed an elimination round. This is lower bracket, so the tournament lives are at stake. The championship lives are at stake if they want the chance to make it today too. This is where the guts have to come through and shine, as they do go into a passing play to take a tie. Well executed. All the defense was pulled out just about. It is 6 apiece, Pam.
And this is quite literally the edge of the cliff here for Villain, because Australia now tying up the scores. They've already found themselves the first round. So this second round now, if Villain do cough it up to Australia, they will be out of the tourney, ladies and gents. So this is the losers bracket. So now with the just advantage, they need to find some points right now. 1 minute and 30 on the timer as they find that clear potentially through the left. It will be intercepted. It will be intercepted by that double diamond there. And a long shot down. Not going to make it immediately. However, the rebound will.
Oh, boy. Oh, and that will crush the will of any team, I think, with this amount of time left. A 3-point lead. Now Villain, smart timeout here. Now Villain has to really buckle down and just secure that disc and not lose it again like that. I think that last joust, they kind of got rid of it a little bit earlier than they needed to, and it ended up just turning into 3 bounces in the midfield and then a turnover. So wise move to take a timeout. I know the pressure is at an all-time high, and Astria has certainly shown, at least with that last shot, right? It was wide open. But they reacted accordingly, and they did indeed push it to its full advantage. That is such a huge goal for them to hit here with only 1:10 left.
Yeah, huge goal and a huge punishment there from that just advantage from Villain. You could definitely see, you could definitely understand why they would go for a pause in this situation. It is one of the last plays potentially they'll be going for here. But 3 points, is definitely a heavy thing to place with 1 minute and 10 remaining on the timer, Palador. As well as that, you have to be dealing, if you want to be coming back into this game, you have to deal with a goalie who's already managed 6 saves. As well as that, it doesn't have to be Spencer numbers. It could be Ali with 4 or Koala and Midget with 2 apiece. Each member of their team just ready to get back with those regrabs and find those saves. And then meanwhile, however, Villain, they're doing well with their assists as well as their points. I mean, I feel like they do, when the plays are there, when they are in the offensive region of Australia, they are deadly. They can find those points. They will find those points a lot of the time. But when they're pushed back into their side of things, it becomes very difficult, especially with a team like Australia who are doing so well with their assists as well. Their passing has been incredible as well. So with 1 minute and 10 remaining on the timer, you can definitely sense a lot of pressure heading up onto Villain. This is their last shot.
Yeah, quite literally, their next play could be their last shots. So they need to make the most out of every single opportunity for sure. On that note, as we continue our timeout here, and potentially up to 5 minutes, of course, although they do just end it here, so it looks like we're getting back into it. I want to shout out everyone once more for watching. Thank you for joining wherever you are, especially over in venues or Twitch, Facebook Live, YouTube Gaming, all the above, and of course our great sponsors here contributing to the 10,000 plus combined prize pool there in products and cash as well across our 3 regions. So thanks to ProTube VR, VR Cover, HyperX, Border Foods, Viridis Media, Ethereum Products, Rebuff Reality, and right now the reality is, Pam, it is high pressure. Let's see what this last minute provides.
Yep, they're definitely going to make sure every play counts here, Villain, as that play definitely won't count towards their points. Oh my goodness, if that's 3. Oh my goodness, if that was 3, that would have been the end of Villain. However, the rebounds might spark another end of Villain as the pass over towards the right side will be Midget sending for the cut-in. Oh, but it's not going to work out now. Here comes the turnover. Potentially, they find the stun, Palador.
Only 30 seconds, even less than that, in fact. So they need to press, and they do. They get the clear. So this is very familiar to the end of that last round, but can they secure a 3 here? Oh, yes, sir, it's Moko, and we are gonna go to an OT, it seems.
After that last play from Australia with all that pressure, that was the last thing we were expecting.
Wow.
They came out with a burst. They came out pressuring Villain, and after 1 clear, you can definitely tell how happy Villain will be about that one as they close out the second round and open up an overtime, ladies and gents. We're heading into it. This is the edge of the cliff.
Absolutely. You talk about clutches. We saw those open goals, which has been punishing players at times here, and yet in the last minute, made one for Astria. And then right back, Moko for Villain. Those open goals to clutch it up and clutching up the disc. Villain, their lives are at stake here. They need this joust. They need this win to force a 3rd round and live to see the light of another match. But as I say that, it's Midget with a deep heave. And it's going to bounce. Oh my goodness, right on by. Recovery though to Midget.
Close. They've got the rebound. He's coming from the behind. Oh, and he will seal it away. Oh, and he will seal it away, Midget. Oh, from such a close, long shot. Oh, and how much devastation for Villain. But wow, what a game. So much back and forth action there. And that last giant heave, it was bouncing. It was dinging off the shield. It was so close. And Midget found the rebound. Palador, I'm shaking.
That was 21 seconds. It seemed like an eternity. 21 seconds off that joust. Went every end of the floor. And end of the day, a huge win for Astria. Clutch win for Astria when they needed it. And a huge heartbreaker for Villain, who will, after, again, a spectacular season they've had, climbing the ranks all the way through, this will be the end of the road for them. But hats off to them for a spectacular season. Indeed, and I hope to see all those players back here next time around.
Dude,
for Astria, this is the tough part, Pam, because they just played, again, clutch it up when they needed to. Phenomenal job from them. The tough part is their weekend's not over. They have to keep doing that again and again in the lower brackets at that if they want to have a chance to see the upper brackets and championships. So, hey, tall order.
Yeah, definitely tall order. But, man, that game was insane, especially those last few moments. Just once Villain took away those last 3 points and they brought it to that overtime, I think I have to admit something. I might have mentally cursed it because I was going to say, man, you can see the momentum building with this team now. They were all on the side of Australia. They were pressuring the possession, And just that one clear, and I think it was the fact that Villain had all that energy and they committed all their players to Australia's side. It was that one clear that really just brought the game against them here, and Midget was able to find those final 2 points. But man, was definitely expecting something different within those last few minutes of gameplay that we saw there. From Villain's last minute clutch to that play from Midget. But wow, what a game indeed. And you can definitely bet yourself the rest of the tournament will be similar to games that we just saw now. So stay tuned for those ones. But yeah, what a great series of games we've seen as of yet.
Well, without a doubt. We'll try to pull up the brackets here for you in a second, perhaps, on the stream, and just get a look at what the day has provided. Because again, this is a 2-day event. Bears mentioning, by the by, though, over on VRML Channel 2, that is to say, twitch.tv / Echo Arena _ VRML2. So for those who might want to sneak in there real quick, wherever you're watching from, there is an ongoing game in the second round currently. So Free VR, who we have seen here on this channel plenty throughout the night. They're facing the Last Centurions, trying to make their last stand in the lower brackets as well. So that match is ending there soon enough, perhaps. Still some time on the clock, of course, for maybe a third round even. But with that, yeah, we've had, go figure, actually, that we had the one match that went to 3 rounds so far was against the championship team. How about that? In Leviathan. All the other matches so far sweeps, but again, it's so misleading because, as we just saw minutes ago, they were so close to these third rounds.
100%. Even taking a look at the round differences for all the teams we've seen within the first round and second, it's 2 rounds to 0 for 3 of the games that are at least posted there. But man, you cannot don't trust the scoreboard. Never trust the scoreboard.
Numbers lie all the time.
Numbers lie. Trust me, the math checks out. They never check out. But yeah, just the game tells a different story. You have to take a look at the gameplay if you haven't already, because it's been incredible as of yet, and we've still got half a tourney to go. Semi-finals tomorrow and finals. Leviathan, Free VR. Who's going to make it out on top? We've also got the losers bracket making their way up. We've got a lot of stuff heading our way, to say the least. So huge amounts of excitement, and great to see everybody stopping by as well to take a look at it, because it is something to take a look at. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a stellar day of matches so far, and as always, I wish that you didn't have to have one team lose and one win, because it's really a shame to see seasons come to an end. But at the same time, that's what makes it all worth the fight at the end of the day, knowing that for the teams that do come out of this battle, these wars this weekend, they'll definitely have a lot of pride and memories to last them well into the next season and beyond. As I always say, the things we're doing right now in VRML and Echo Arena, just in general competitively, enjoy it while it's here. The competition, the camaraderie, the rivalries, all of it, because I absolutely promise you, I've said it many times, and I'll say it many more times before this weekend is over. These moments now are the good old days of tomorrow. These are the moments you will be looking back at, I can promise you, in years, and saying, that was a cool thing we did. Even 4 years from now, because right now I'm looking at what I used to do 4 years ago and saying, wow, those really were some good old days. So don't take it for granted. But that said, any passing thoughts here, or parting thoughts, I suppose, as we do wind it down for the day?
I guess one final shout out to Villain, because honestly, what an incredible team. We've been presented with here. Just starting out this season, making their way into the top 6 of the Oceanic region. Honestly, although they might be out of the tourney now, you have to look out for them, because teams like Villain are crawling their way up, and it's just the fact that they've been able to get this far with only one season. I can't think of other teams that have done quite a similar job as of that. I mean, sure, there will be other teams that will form, and they'll have players that have played Echo Arena in the past, but these players are new, Palador. They've just come together and they've made this team, and they're already rocking the top spots of the Oceanic region. So you have to look out for teams like Villain. Huge shout out to their team. They played very well within this tourney. We'll be saying goodbye to them, but man, what a game as well that we just witnessed now. Shout out to Australia as well. Great plays overall, but yeah, great games to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Villain 14-6 on the season, a regular season that is, and 17-4 for Astria. So hats off to all of them for fantastic matches here today. Thank you to Pam Wow for casting beside me, as well as Aiden
pleasure.
VR, who was sidelining with us a little earlier on. So much for Subtlety, of course, manning the cams here on Venue's channel. And as well as thank you to... Were you live for that, Subtlety?
For the viewers' discretion, we just had a scream of woohoo, but you know what? I guess we'll never get it.
I'm always trying to get Subtlety to just one day, talk for the stream, get his casting going, but not gonna happen. But never you mind. Anyway, Subtlety doing a great job on the cameras. Shout out to Wonder T-Man for doing camera work over on Channel 2 currently and throughout the night as well. JG and Kit Catastrophe and Doc Education for also casting throughout on that channel. Thanks to Torquemada, our moderator here in the back lines, helping everyone stay on task and organized on all ends of the floor. It's a group effort here in VRML, for sure. So with that, though, we will be back again, as Pam alluded to, with some more matches later on for our other regions. So you can stay tuned in the same channels here, same places. Will be on venues as well again for Europe, which starts in, let's see, how long from now? About 9.5 hours, which is to say that's 10 a.m. Pacific time. That'll be 1 p.m. Eastern time, be 5 p.m. UTC, and 3 a.m. AEDT for the OCE folk currently tuned in. North America, meanwhile, will be a little bit later in the day, which will be, let's see, 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern. It's late, excuse me. And that'll be 10 p.m. in UTC, and it'll be 8 a.m. AEDT. There you go. I got the time zones for once. It was a
Yay.
struggle, but I finally got them for once.
Numbers lie,
All
time
right.
lies. Don't trust it.
Don't trust it. Don't trust me. Don't trust the numbers. That said, I've been Palador. Once again, that's been Pam Wow. So much for Subtlety. And Aiden VR, as well as Torquemada. Until next time, folks, be happy, be healthy, be safe, and be good to each other. We didn't do the ukulele thing. That's okay. We'll see you again real soon with a ukulele in tow tomorrow, probably.
Probably.
Season 4 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, Border Foods, Viridis Media, VR Cover, ProTube VR, Rebuff Reality, and VRware.net.